What's up, everybody? So, with the announcement of the Game Pass price hikes, it's left everyone with a bittersweet taste in their mouth.
How do I get this taste out of my mouth?
Higher prices and layoffs have hit every industry, and Xbox is not immune. But it feels like they took a huge step forward with one of the most impressive showcases in years. But with their partnership with Amazon, I'm back to asking, what is their strategy? So, with everything that we know, we'll be doing a post-mortem and reviewing what some analysts say about their recent moves.
No one knows.
Along with that, we've got a few trailers showcasing quite a bit of gameplay from some very anticipated titles, so stay tuned for that. And I have the brightest minds on YouTube joining me to give their expert analysis. With a little more sprinkled throughout, welcome to the Casual Consumer live stream.
Sprinkles on top.
I mean, I'm not a fan. Honestly, no, I'm not a fan of those kinds of donuts.
Yeah.
Because they're messy, right? Like you take one bite and the sprinkles end up everywhere, and then
Yep. Friggin' I prefer the cream filled ones from Krispy Kreme. They are the bomb. I've loved them since I was a kid. Loved them since I was a kid. It's crazy.
I've only ever had like the I didn't know that Krispy Kreme makes different donuts. Because up here we don't really have too many. Anytime somebody's like, because there's always somebody that brings like a box of Krispy Kreme to like a potluck or something or other. It's like, what the hell is this? Like, whatever. But you take a bite of it and you don't like. Okay, so this is my experience with Krispy Kreme. You put your mouth on it, and it just sort of dissolves as soon as it comes in contact with saliva. You don't really bite anything. So I'm not a huge fan. Sorry for all the Krispy Kreme lovers out there.
Oh my gosh, I am one of them. Even their like just plain glazed ones are freaking fantastic. I love them so much.
I didn't know they had any like filled donuts though.
Oh yeah, they got jelly. Well, I think it's just a couple jelly filled custard in like cream or something like that.
Yeah, custard's the way to go.
I like the cream.
You say jelly, we say jam donuts.
I love it.
Another cultural difference.
I know. I love it every time.
It strikes again. I was like, jelly. I
fun.
thought, right, let me get my translator on jam. He means jam donuts.
The best donut though is, I'm sorry, everybody's gonna disagree with me, and I don't care. The best donut is one called a walnut crunch, and it's like a bar-shaped donut, and it's got like this nice layer of icing on the outside, but it's more like a cake donut.
Ooh.
And it's a walnut in there, and I love everything. Like donuts have to have like some crunch to it, a little bit for me anyway.
So
you like my
your,
ice cream? It's gotta have stuff in it.
You like your maple and bacon, yeah?
Bacon? No, I'm not really a big fan of bacon.
Oh my goodness, you're a bad
talking
Canadian.
Oh my god,
You're a bad Canadian. Badass.
We always spend a little bit of time talking about food. You realize that?
Yes.
We're foodies.
I know.
There's a little bit of the show. There's like the food corner.
It's the donut.
A little bit about
it gets us kind
snacks
of rolling into something like into some food, whatever. It's hilarious. I absolutely love it. But welcome everybody to the Casual Consumer live stream. We've got SB from GB, Scotty Boozy from Great Britain in the house, and then we've got Nas, the indie retro boss.
Hello.
We're gonna get into what's going on with Xbox and what analysts say about what to predict, or what direction that they think they're going in. But first, we do have some peripheral stuff that I thought was really interesting, and I'm gonna touch on, and then I'm gonna have these guys give their opinion about, if I can speak today. But first on the docket, I know you have a story, Scotty. We will get to that. But on Friday, Microsoft went down. A lot of businesses, and I think some personal computers were getting the blue screen of death. And even some on X were calling it International Blue Screen Day, which I think is hilarious. However, it is extremely scary how easy just one bad, and as far as I heard, it was a security company, CrowdStrike, that uploaded a faulty update or something like that, and that just blew the whole thing to smithereens. and airports were affected, hospitals. What else we have? A lot of places were affected.
Government agencies, I believe,
yes,
were also affected.
Yep, government agencies.
Yeah,
So
airports, everything.
that's right. So
Crazy.
I thought that was really interesting. I'll get your guys' analysis from this. I'm gonna rattle on to our next one real quick. We have Daphne Keene. Apparently, after denying it so many times, the new trailer of Deadpool and Wolverine, she was in it, and she had a really heartfelt like a line with Logan or Wolverine. I thought it was great, but I just thought we got another Andrew Garfield situation on our hands. When he denied so many times he was going to be in No Way Home, and I just thought that was really interesting. I'm glad to see her come back for sure. And she's a lot bigger, so she's going to be causing way more carnage this time. Hopefully, you can only hope, right? And as far as I can tell, she's the only Wolverine variant that's been shown in any of the well, we do have one more. Anyway, we're not going to jump into that rabbit hole, not yet at least. But lastly, Ubisoft released 10 minutes of gameplay for their new game, Star Wars Outcast, or Outlaws. And I know, right? And it didn't get a warm reception. It didn't get a warm reception. And so on a investors call, thank you, Nos, for that, they asked them, hey, are you going to delay this to make it look better? And Ubisoft answered, no, we're not going to delay it. We're going to show more hours of gameplay, and they'll see that this open world is great. So I felt like they were telling you how to feel about what that 10-minute upload that they sent out. It's like,
sorry, I should clarify.
Yes,
I misspoke. It was it got the attention of a Bank of America analyst who asked Ubisoft leadership during a conference Q&A call.
Right on.
So it wasn't an investor call.
Gotcha.
My bad.
No worries. No worries. But I mean, still, that answer though, I love when companies tell me how I should feel about a product that they put out, right? Gotta love that.
And when you don't agree, then you're toxic. You're bad.
You're toxic. These, what do you call it? The toxic fans, the toxic gamers. You gotta love it. Oh my gosh! But
what a meaningless word.
It is. It's meaningless.
It's become so meaningless now. Toxic is anybody that doesn't agree.
Exactly.
With whatever narrative you're trying to push.
And you want to know what's funny? A lot of these words have been beat to death, and now they have no meaning. It's like dust in the wind, So I mean, yeah. But the gall though of Ubisoft, I thought was
for a lot of things. I mean, this is just another layer.
Yes.
Right. But oh man.
But Scotty, I wanted to hear your story about the blue screen of death. That one is going to be interesting. Yes, let's hear this, sir.
Yeah, so it was quite interesting. So it was on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It was my dad's birthday, personally. So happy birthday,
old man.
Birthday,
yeah.
And thanks, man. So I was just like messaging him and whatnot. So I'm like, right, let me log into work now. So I've got to log in, and I've noticed that Microsoft have given me a prompt to update my PC. So something told me not to do it, because sometimes these updates, I'm not going to lie, I don't do it because it takes forever to update, and I just want to get on with work. So I've logged on normally. I have to do timesheets at work, so it was down. The website was down, and I just thought nothing of it. I just thought, you know what, let me just wait a little bit. Maybe it's just something, just a blip or something. And then we had a meeting, on a daily basis, and then half of my colleagues couldn't log on, and everyone said they got a blue screen.
Oh no!
So they had to log on to their personal laptops. They had to message from their phone saying, "I've got a blue screen." And we're like, right, what the hell is going on? And then someone on the call said, check the... So we've got a news bulletin, if you will, called the BBC and Sky News and whatnot. Yes. Someone in the chat just said, look, check the news. And then we saw this massive outage. And then most of the systems at work were down. No one could do their timesheets. It was just wild. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell is going on? People were dropping in and out of calls. Team meetings. You couldn't hear people. It was freezing. Dude. It was just... I was like, what is going on here? And then obviously it had a knock-on effects like airports and stuff.
Mhm.
Flights weren't taken off. What else happens? I don't know off the top of my head. I suppose everything happened really.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I saw a
work.
little video of basically air traffic over the U.S. and what happened as a result of the outage.
Oh, no.
And you just see all these planes flying around, and then they slowly just stop, right? Like slowly start decreasing in number, and then there's just no flights. And it's like, wow, that's
That's
Oh,
scary.
man.
Scary,
Yes.
very
Yes.
scary.
Yeah.
It's
So-
like it reminds me of Watch Dogs. You know, like the game
Oh,
Watch Dogs. Because you know you
Yeah.
can control like all these things with your mobile phone. I think, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And it's got that. It's
If
got
you ever
that
played
vibe.
it's actually not a bad game. I haven't played anything the sequels, but it was okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
we were far less affected by it over here. I mean,
Well,
I
that's
came because
awesome.
I work from home.
Bunch of
And
Linux
I have,
users over there in Canada.
Probably, maybe, I don't know. No more than the rest of the world, I would think. But
Right on.
I came up and I have my work PCs not far from here,
Mhm.
and I look at it. I'm going to get to log in, get ready for work, and I noticed I have a blue screen. I thought, huh, that's weird. Just restarted it, came back online. So I guess my IT department actually was on top of things for once, and not just continuously trying to make it more and more difficult to do my job. Thank you, IT department. But I know a lot of our vendors that we deal with were massively affected by it because they rely on it, I guess, more than we do, or had a slower response to it.
Okay.
So we had like a secondary effect because they were down.
And
So it affected parts of what we were able to do, but not to a serious degree. We were just waiting for them to catch up, and then that was fine.
okay. Right on. Okay. Well, that's good.
But it's
Did you
never
experience
good to have. What's that?
I was gonna ask Fox. Did you experience anything, Fox, or
Mm-mm.
was it?
I had
just-
none. No.
Oh.
And that's one of the reasons I thought maybe it was just businesses that were affected by it. But from what I read, I did read that some people their personal computers did get affected, but I haven't. That's anecdotal. I haven't seen any. My mind was fine. But
I don't know
like,
if any personal users are using CrowdStrike though.
right on. Okay, I'll give you that. I didn't know CrowdStrike was like on the business side of Microsoft. I didn't know that.
It's a cybersecurity response.
Mhm.
They're a cybersecurity tech company.
Oof, that's a bad look on them. Such a bad look.
Well, I mean,
but
all their
like,
competitors probably got a little bump.
yes,
yeah.
but like you've been through a power outage, right? And you don't feel that existential dread. You know, it's like, oh, they'll get to it. You know, power lines down or something like that. They'll get to it. When I look at this story, it fills me with dread because it's so many parts of the world were affected by this, and with us being so much more online nowadays, and everything else being online, just a bad upload, boom, there goes your power, there goes your internet, there goes, you know, whatever, if your water's connected on some node somewhere, you know. So that fills me with a lot of dread thinking about how much worse this could have been, and it's opened my eyes to maybe always online isn't the way to be. You know what I mean? It's not. It just isn't.
It's not going to be perfect. To be fair, something is going to go wrong. I think, no matter what. If it's
calling it now,
I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like if you're on premise, so basically not on the cloud, you know, you could probably still lose data, right? Servers can still switch off. You got to turn it back on. Same thing with cloud. Like it's. I don't think we're never going to live in a perfect world.
Right on.
I think the most important thing is the remediation. How quickly can you get it online again? That's the important thing.
Right on.
I don't know how long it took them, to be honest. I don't know that
recovery.
much. Yeah.
Disaster recovery and business continuity planning. Yeah. It's actually, for a lot of companies, it's a requirement to have it, and a requirement to enforce it and keep it updated. Your business continuity planning and your disaster recovery processes. So, I mean, this probably, it's probably, I don't know what their response was. I mean, it probably was quicker than it could have been, I suppose. But it's never good to have a single point of failure like this. And I'm sure there's a lot of thought about, well, maybe we shouldn't rely solely on this, or maybe there's another way around this. Maybe we need to have some redundancy in this, if at all possible. I don't know how possible it is.
Yeah. Right on. Okay.
But there's also one thing I was wondering, like, I wonder to what extent this is going to affect different generations of people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I remember like the last on the East Coast, that big power outage in like the early 2000s where everything was down for like a couple days.
Yeah.
But
was it?
I mean, if you were born after that,
yeah.
you're not familiar with that sort of a lengthy outage. How would you feel about it? I'm curious.
Yeah. Right on. Okay. There's been kinds of now that you say that, I'm remembering. I want to say it was Hurricane Sandy rolled through New York and just freaking decimated it. And then there was an ice storm in Texas where it left people without power for a long time. So yeah, I mean, shoot, man, we have dealt with pretty bad, disasters, but on this scale, I'm not sure. Yeah, will it be bigger next time? Will this scale expand? Will it not just be a blue screen of death? Will it be outages of power around the world type thing? You know what I mean? That does frighten me. However, Scotty, you did fill me with a sense of comfort when you said, stuff is going to go wrong. There's no way to escape that, but it's the way you, how you handle it, how to remedial stuff, so that's
definitely good advice for life in general.
Yeah.
Literally, like you're gonna fall over, right? It's just how you get back up and how quickly you get back up. I think the turnaround, well, I managed to get my bloody timesheets done in the end within the space of 4 hours or so, that's not bad considering. So it might have been up online before that, but I think you need to look at it. I get it, right? Like people might be doing work X, Y, and Z, and it's halting them temporarily, but they fixed it. I think and there will be lessons learned. So it might not be as long as 4 hours next time. It might be quicker. As long as lessons are learned, then things happen. What was the cause? I don't know what the cause was.
Apparently, CrowdStrike, they tried to send through an update, and that just just
did they test
everything.
it? Unit testing, QA, UAT. Where is it?
Either they did, and they didn't test every case, like they didn't test thoroughly, or they didn't test at all. I don't know.
Okay, so
that's always the first thing that comes to mind with stuff like this: is how well did you test this?
Definitely. I mean, for global outage as well, it's like how thoroughly did you test this thing?
Right on. It says here in the problem traced to an update issued for Windows computers by security firm CrowdStrike, the company said in a blog post. The company said at 6 a.m. Friday the problem had been identified and fixed, but by then the effects had rippled around the world. So yeah. I don't know. Do you guys want to talk about Daphne Keane and Ubisoft? I mean, because we could just kind of skip through and get to the trailers. Do you have any?
I don't mind, man.
I mean, do you have any thoughts on
you the boss?
No,
you the boss?
Oh
yeah, we can talk about it.
All right, you stop that, Scotty. So, did you guys see Logan where she appeared in? Right on. That was
love Logan.
One of the best X-Men movies out there. It's probably the best. But so Daphne Keane, how do we feel about her returning? I think it's great. I want to see her return. Because I think she did as child actors go, she was one of the better ones, because they usually aren't good. See freaking that live action Avatar. Holy freaking crap, dude. Not crapping on him. I'm just stating the fact right now. All right. Don't come at me. But as far as child actors go, she did really good. So I'm really interested to see now that she's older, and I'm assuming she's got more experience. I want to say she was in The Acolyte, which I didn't watch, so I don't know.
I watched clips of she played, because she was the one that was all in white makeup with I don't know, like some
with
yellow
horns.
markings on her face or
Yeah.
whatever. I
Mhm.
think her character's name was Jackie or whatever. I don't know.
Jackie.
I
Right
mean,
on.
I wouldn't want to be associated with that, but
I got it.
paycheck's a paycheck, I guess.
Right on. Yeah. But she does have the Logan to fall back on. I think she was in a couple more movies after that.
Hmm.
But I mean, she's back in Logan, and apparently, like, the early screenings for this movie are insane. People absolutely love this movie, which, you know, I expected. The first Deadpool, it was a masterpiece. It was a masterclass on how to make a movie. It was great, everything about it. The second one, not as good, but I liked it. You know, but I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. It's kind of like with live services, you know. People don't hate live service games, just like I don't think people hate the multiverse. You just got to do it right, you know?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing her in it. What say you, Nas?
I mean, Daphne. Sorry. Daphne Keene's fine. I really, to your point, I thought she was, for a child actress in Logan, I thought she was excellent.
Yeah.
But that whole movie, top to bottom, was just honestly, it is my favorite X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, First Class was pretty good, but I really liked Logan.
Right on.
And yeah, I thought she did a great job in it. Like, she actually, I believed her. She actually had the emotion that she conveyed throughout the movie. I thought, she actually seems genuine. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm invested.
Yep.
Because there's nothing worse than having everybody in that. Because who did you have? I mean, you had Wolverine, you had Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
You had great actors in there. Steve Merchant was in there. And then it would kind of all fall flat if she was just like, oh, I'm angry. Oh, I'm going to fight you. And it's just not believable. It would just deflate the whole thing. But no, she did a great job.
Yeah.
Really.
100%.
How I feel about her being in Deadpool? I don't know. I'm trying to care about the movie, and I have a hard time with it. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the second one because you had Josh Brolin, and he's always great.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm marveled out, I guess.
You think they're clutching? It's like, right, who can we throw in this movie to get the fans to be like,
always.
Oh,
always they're clutching. I mean,
of course.
That's why anytime I see like an announcement, oh, this person's going to be in this movie, I'm like, okay, why are you telling me this? why are you trying to get me interested in this? Why don't you
it's better to be revealed, right?
Yeah. Like, stop trying to hype me up.
Itself.
It's just marketing spin. Would you just stop with that? Just make a good movie and people will show up.
Yep, that's true.
Ugh.
Unfortunately,
I'll believe it when I see it. Like, I'm not going to watch this when it comes out. I'll wait. I'm totally fine waiting.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to, just because I can't take all the kids to the cinema like that. They will turn that place upside down.
You're gonna take your kids to the cinema to see Deadpool? A Deadpool movie?
Oh, that's
Isn't it rated R?
That's okay. Sorry. Thank you, Nas. But I think where I was going with that
Disney's
is
got you. Disney's got you, folks.
I can't get away
Checks
from
in
the kids. If my kids, oh my god, have you seen some of these trailers? Yeah, I don't know why I said that, but I think my mind was at I can't go anywhere unless I take 4 kids with me. You know what I mean?
Oof.
So yeah. If I was gonna go to the cinema, they would have to tag along, you know. But I can't do that. I can't take them to the, like, even if it was a Bluey movie, like, they would tear that place up, you know. So yeah. But yeah, I retract that. I'm not taking them to see a rated R movie. It's early and my mind is all
I didn't
scrambled.
mean to call you out. I was just like,
No.
really? You gonna see?
Thank you for not letting me continue down that thought. You know what I mean? Because it didn't even dawn on me that it's an R-rated movie.
I don't realize. So he gets into the cinema and then he's like, "Wait a second,
Wait a minute. I remember the first two.
It's like, what am I doing? Kids, get in the car. No, you can't see this. Freaking, you know, someone slapping Deadpool's ass. No, get in the car, kids. Go. Good Lord.
It's funny, man.
Thank you, Nas. I'm sorry, man. Thank you for. I could. Yikes.
All good.
I don't take my kids to see R-rated movies. Everyone, okay? That's not what happens. It's early. My brain's
There are people
scrambled.
that do.
I
There
would
are people
never.
that
They probably do, man. Yeah.
I would
That
never.
I mean,
care.
they let them play Call of Duty and whatnot, so you never know.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. We're gonna move on real quick. Wash that out of my mouth real quick. So Ubisoft's conference call with Bank of America, which is cool. I didn't know that I knew it was a Q&A, a conference Q&A. I didn't know who was on the call, but Bank of America. So I think it's really cool that Bank of America was like in tune that deep into into what's going on about Ubisoft's portfolio. You know, Star Wars Outlaws is out there and doesn't have great reviews so far. I love that Bank of America noticed that, even though in my mind I'm picturing just a bunch of old guys, you know, counting money with monocles and things like that. It's like, you know.
Well, that's where their concern comes from. Which, I mean,
right? Yeah. But
that,
so
it kind of Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Yeah, no, you're good.
It kind of goes hand in hand. If you make a game that people love and it sells really well, they're going to be happy.
Yeah.
So one kind of goes into the other.
Yeah. Right on.
Right. I don't know.
What do you think about Ubisoft's response to that though?
What are they going to say? It always comes back to that. Like, what are they going to say? You know what? You're right. People aren't liking our stuff. We should go back to the drawing table. That doesn't really say a lot. That doesn't really spell a lot of confidence for your investors, anybody that may be interested in looking at the game, and you get a whole bunch of bad press as a result of it. So they have to keep marching forward saying, yes, no, this is great. We have a lot of faith in it. It's gone gold. We've got our gold master. It's ready to be shipped. You know, of course they're going to say that.
But I think, I think a better appeal to consumers would have been, yeah, we'll delay this. We've heard your feedback. We will delay this and try to clean this up a little bit. I think they would have done a lot better with consumers. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a bad game. I like the concept of it. In the first trailer they put out, I thought it looked pretty good. But seeing this 10-minute trailer and seeing how have you guys seen it? Like it's kind of bad. Like it looks muddied. Like whenever she's in this cave trying to retrieve this tooth back, she jogs into a slide and she slides for like 15 feet. It's like, it looks wonky. Not to mention when you get hit, like the big alert that you've been shot or whatever takes up like half the screen. It's like, what is this? What is going on? So yeah, it definitely has some work that needs to be done on it. I think the appeal to customers from Ubisoft would have been a much better answer than, oh yeah, no, it's great. We're not delaying this. It's like,
I think the smarter way of going about this would be saying, you know what, we're constantly looking to improve our game and we will do so up until we launch.
Right on. Okay.
That's the better way of saying it.
Yeah.
Because it's showing that, yeah, you're aware that there's criticism and you're saying at least something in service to addressing that.
Yeah.
And you're committing to, again, this is all just like wordplay and crap. This is just what I would say. It's not actually what they would do, but you're telling people like, hey, you know what? You're right. We're hearing you to an extent, and we're going to say that we're going to keep working on it. So stop giving us bad press. You know, give us a break. Really. That would be my way of getting the heat off. That's what I would say anyway.
Right on.
So let me try to get some context. So from what it sounds like, Ubisoft have released a 10-minute trailer, 20-minute trailer, whatever it is. The graphics aren't good, and fans have aired their opinion, but Ubisoft is saying, no, the game's fine. We're not going to delay the game. Is that
essentially?
Wow.
Yeah. Ubisoft has their fingers in their ears and they're going la 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 la. We can't hear you. It's fine.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
2024.
But the thing is, surely you think, right? If you're getting this criticism, people are not going to buy what you've shown them if they're giving you this feedback, right? If
Exactly.
you say, right, we'll look into it,
Mhm.
date to be confirmed,
Mhm.
fix the game, release a better trailer, then you're most likely going to keep those individuals satisfied, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've not seen it, but looking at this article,
Mhm.
you're going to lose sales, pre-orders.
Mm.
So,
from what it reads. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
so what I just thought about, thank you for bringing that up. You kind of just broke it down Barney style, Scotty. Seriously, for anyone that's watching right now. But remember back in the day, like we'll get a look at this trailer, but remember when we were just first starting to go online and people weren't using being able to update in real time as a crutch? They used it to make meaningful like updates and changes to games. And we'll get into a trailer that has done that, but like now,
Oh,
yes.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
And
yeah. So I
think
miss
you've dropped enough hints that I'm pretty sure. I'm the kind of guy that likes to sit under the Christmas tree and figure out what the presents are before I open them. So
I guarantee like you guys have seen at least one of these trailers. No, because they've been going around like it's like hotcakes, right? But yeah.
Are we definitely going to see the trailer today?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure, but all right, good.
Right
Okay.
on.
Look,
Final thoughts on this one. how well do you think it'll
I'll
sell?
I'll give this to Noz. Go on, Noz. Just summarize what we're thinking.
good luck. You're gonna need it. That's all
I can't
I'm
wait to
gonna
break these things up into like
And
shorter
that's
videos.
all we have on the Casual Consumer Network for this week, folks.
That's it.
Listen to your
No,
customers,
Listen to
or I mean, ignore your customers at your own peril.
That's right.
But it's fine. Once it comes out and it lays an egg, then I'm sure they're going to be like, well,
Lays an egg.
there was a campaign against
Yeah.
it because people are, mad and whatever.
Dude, I
Toxic
absolutely.
gamers.
Yeah, I hate that they're using us as a scapegoat now. We're a
Well,
scapegoat.
it's kind of. Did you see what Take-Two said?
Yes.
So it's kind of funny that you brought this up as
They
a,
gave
as a
him as a
point to
heads
talk
up.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Take-Two's warning investors that review bombing can hurt profits and what is it? May lead to loss of players and revenues, additional advertising and marketing costs, and reputation harm.
Yes. As if.
So
It's like, no,
I understand
duh.
why they're saying that because they have a responsibility
Uh-huh.
to their investors to say these are potential risks.
Mhm.
Right? I don't know what it's duty of loyalty, like fiduciary duty of loyalty. Like
There you
they
go.
have they have to tell their investors these are risks. So I don't know if it's just that's what they're doing
So funny.
and it got blown out of proportion. I haven't really seen too many outlets cover it. Actually, the only thing I saw was on a site called gamefile.news, and to read the whole article, I gotta do a trial, and I'm not gonna do that.
Right on. I wouldn't suggest it. Seriously. It's
No.
like, I'm not going to use it that often.
But it still, I mean, it may sound like they're preparing for that, but I don't know if that's the case.
So great. Like, just a heads up for you guys.
Yeah.
Don't start devaluing our company just because review bombing. It's the thing. Just heads up.
It is, but it's also not the only side of it.
Right.
People could say, oh yeah, it's review bombing, but you've also got, I think I heard, because I've heard this term used for other things, but I've heard someone call it love bombing when you're positively review bombing something.
Yes.
And I've heard of love bombing
Love bombing.
used in other
I
terms,
love
but
it. It's great.
but it's true. You can have positive review bombing.
That's right. Yes.
Oh yeah, that just
100%.
happens to be with every Take-Two game from what I've seen. Every GTA game, every Red Dead Redemption game, it's all positive reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, some of those
Sorry,
are. I mean, the Red Dead Redemption games are really good.
They are. But yeah, for one
I've
and
not
two.
played them, to be fair.
Oh,
well,
gosh, they're
I've played
great.
bits, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But I know what happens, which kind of put me off, which was annoying. Like,
Right.
so I was like,
you got it spoiled.
but then the second one's the prequel, right? So I can probably
Yeah.
look past it. Yeah. So okay.
right on.
They're worth
Yeah, I'll give
playing
it
anyway.
They are.
I think.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They're
Spoil or not, because I mean, like even if like the whole story is the great part, the journey is fantastic. Even if you know little stuff about it, it won't spoil the entire game for you. Guaranteed that. So good.
If you want a game, honestly though, Scotty, if you want a game that's has a slower pace, because there's plenty to do in those types of games. Like you can just honestly just get on a horse and just ride around. There's so many different like random little events that can happen as well. Makes it kind of interesting. So if you don't mind the slow burn, I'd check it out anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. I need like a clear run of like no games interrupting. So like for example, COVID was like the best time, obviously, because there was nothing to do. But like got through games like Last of Us, the Ghost of Tsushima. I spent so long playing that game, and
super
I
good.
still play it.
Oh gosh,
yeah. I just need that time for Red Dead to say, right, I'm going to complete 1 and 2 over this period of time. But it does get tricky. But I'll find time.
An Undead Nightmare for Red Dead Redemption 1 2 is a lot of fun. It was a DLC where it was basically it was right at the end of, like, I think it takes place right at the end of the story of Red Dead Redemption.
Pretty
like
sure.
Just before. So all of a sudden there's a zombie apocalypse. And you have to deal with it in the Red Dead Redemption world, which really kind of makes it interesting because you already have these characters established and you get to see how they would react in this fictional scenario. And it affects pretty much every aspect of the game. And our ammo is hard to find. And
they're not slow either.
It's fun. No, it's hard. Like, it is much more challenging than the regular game. So there's that too.
Do you think there'll be a third one?
Yeah, they've teased it a ton. I don't know what direction they can go with it, but they're saying they're making a third one. So, you know,
I've lost a little bit of faith in Rockstar. So even if there is another one, I don't know.
It'll be very DLC heavy, right?
No, I mean, there won't be any DLC. It'll be an online component.
Yes,
and
that too.
That's pretty much it.
Did you see
like
that
what
report?
Happened with GTA 5?
That's right. I was just about to say that. Or what was it? Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, GTA 5 has been going on for how long?
Yeah, and they forego
ridiculous.
DLC because the live service, the live part of it was making too much money. So yeah, it was like,
so they realized we don't need to do this. We can just continue printing money this way. And
it's crazy.
It is.
That's three generations of consoles, I believe. That's wild.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I've bought that game twice.
Nah,
no, so did I.
Once for 360 and once for PS4.
Right on it. Okay, so real quick, let's get into the trailers. God, what is going on with me today? Kids to R-rated movies and stuff. Come on. You know, I don't know what's going on with me today. But this first one is hilarious, and I think you guys will like it. But I don't want to give it away right now, quite yet. But let's get into that real quick, and then we will discuss after.
Oh, okay. Is it wrong that the first thing I'm thinking about is I wonder how it actually feels in hands? Right? Like I am. How does it feel to hold? Like, is it actually a more functional controller? Because is that a sort of a design that you'd want to keep going forward?
We don't want to listen.
Whoa!
Seriously, what the heck?
What the hell?
What a segue. What a segue. Kind of love that. Good Lord. To get rid of bed bugs. It's like, okay, so this isn't my main YouTube. I don't want anyone like thinking I've YouTubed how to get rid of bed bugs or anything like that. I subscribe to the
it's okay, man. It's okay. We can let it pass. It's all right. It's all right. Talk about the pad.
Is it like, all right, you know what? Yeah, let's just talk about this. Good Lord. I'm just burying myself today. What's happening? Goodness.
Honestly, there could have been so many worse things.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, you said you're not excited about the Deadpool movie, Nas.
No, it
Why
takes a
not?
lot for
Yeah.
me to get excited about like a trailer or something.
Yeah.
Like it's just not me. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's a trailer is never. Trailers aren't made by the same people that actually make the movie, for one.
True.
So
Mhm.
just because you see it in a trailer, I mean, a lot of scenes just get cut, period.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. So sometimes you can have a trailer that doesn't reflect the movie at all, or gives it away, which is even worse.
Yeah.
So I just don't get excited by trailers, period. Especially for movies. Games is a little bit different, especially when they're showing gameplay.
Gotcha.
But
yeah,
movies, not so much.
Okay. Right on. Are you? Would you? Okay, so this is on a sweepstakes. I think you get this controller, and you get an Xbox that has Deadpool's colors, right? Or it looks like the Deadpool costume.
Mhm.
But if they were mass producing this, and it did feel soft and squishy, would you get it, Nas?
No. Would I use it if it was given to me for free? Sure.
Right on. Yeah.
It wouldn't be my number one controller. It would be like, oh, these other ones are, because I go through controllers it quite a bit.
Right on. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing that's causing that.
Playing all these
maybe,
hard
maybe
games.
It's just how I play. This is my style of platforming. I don't know.
Right on.
But yeah, I wouldn't buy it.
Right on. Okay. What
Because,
about you?
I mean,
go for it. Sorry.
It's a special edition, so it's going to
Mhm.
cost more probably.
But yeah, I feel yeah. If they mass produce a special edition, yeah, it's going to be more expensive. Yeah, you're exactly right. I got to say, it looks really good. Honestly, I would prefer the butt cheeks not to be there, if I'm being honest, because I think it looks good enough without, having to caress Deadpool's ass every time you go play.
It's a novelty.
It's a novel, yeah. It's
Yeah.
totally novel. Right. But yeah, no, I don't know. With the butt cheeks being on there, I don't think this is something I'd be interested in buying. I mean, you're one step closer to, meeting Ryan Reynolds, but like it's not worth it. No, it's not worth it. I prefer a handshake too before we get that far. At least. So Scotty, what do
you guys think about it? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm old fashioned. Just give me what the consoles were made originally, and that's it. And the thing is, I mean, I get why people use different design control pads, but it looks like there's a lot going on. Like, look at that. When you try to press a button, does that attire get in the way?
Ooh, that's a good.
You
that's a
know,
good point
yeah,
too,
like I don't know,
How
but yeah,
functional is it? Yeah.
this is it. It just looks like it's in the way. Like the triggers look fine.
Yeah.
Apart from the cheeks, but like no cheeks for me. But like when you're pressing like the other buttons, it just looks like it's in the way. Just on first glance, I could be wrong, but on first glance, it looks like it's in the way. So
yeah. Because they're
Yeah,
not usually depressed
I
like that
wouldn't.
in there. They're usually on top.
Yeah.
And you get a good press on them. So yeah.
and I don't know how much that's going to cost as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Mm-hmm.
All
Controllers
that
are
extra
getting
material.
expensive. My first thought, that's a little too round to be
Wait,
like.
hang on a second.
Yeah.
Xbox controllers. I haven't played anything of like the Series Xbox One or Series S or X, but the controllers have vibration, right? Does the butt vibrate?
it does.
Does the butt vibrate though?
Oh yeah.
On this controller, like there's a whole thing and you're shaking your hand.
Okay, hold on, because we've got to take a look.
I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
No, we got to do this.
Is that in the specs? Does it say it?
No, check this
Does
out.
that use more battery power then? I mean,
You've got to take a look at these responses that Xbox have been giving. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's awesome. So here, hold on.
it'd be okay if you stored like a larger battery in there because you had the extra space in the controller, so your battery life went up. That'd be fine.
Check these responses out. Okay. It's cheeked up And Xbox says double cheeked up since there are 2 controllers. And then Alex with the chicken, Alex Chicken, that's wild. Really loving the dramatic reveal. And then King, are they squishy or hard? Question mark for science. Hold on. Writing possibly the best internal email we've ever sent. Chilled chaos. That's incredible. Deadpool worked really hard on it. That's a peach emoji. Hold on, let's scroll down just a little bit. Let's see, because I didn't read all of them, but
people are having fun with it.
Yes.
I mean, that's at least good.
Don't breathe in too deep. Good Lord. Xbox, calm down.
Oh, they're certainly getting engagement.
Whoever's over there taking care of that Twitter account, oh my gosh.
I mean, they kind of need
a
good story, right? They've had a couple of L's lately. So.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, it's been great.
What about you? What about you, Fox? You gonna be in the store getting one of these?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's like, as good as those buns look, no, I'm good. I'm good. All right, let me make sure we got, yes. Okay, so this is the one that you had caught on to, Nos. We're gonna be taking a look at this one. It looks really freaking good. All right, you know what? I'm barely here. I'm not going to. No Man's Sky. Yes. I want to say they've been out since 2017 or 16, 17, one of those. And the reviews on them, it got really, really bad reviews on the outset. But through their updates and through them making changes and things like that, the reviews, I want to say they hit like 8.5, 8.6, I want to say on Metacritic. Here, let me Google that real quick.
I've played the game. It's fun. It's
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the last time I played it. I was playing it with a friend of mine, and it's a fun game. I would have preferred if it had a little bit more depth as far as story goes. But
right on. So we're gonna.
It was fun to fly around. It's fun to destroy pirates or be a pirate and taking on like building your big ass freighter so that you can. So I'm not kidding. You can actually. There's it's basically an illicit drug that you can grow.
Great.
And you can grow it on your ship, and you can just travel around like a traveling drug lab. It's kind of funny. And it's one of them, like, because it's kind of open-ended, you can play the game however you want within the confines of the game. But if you like base building and stuff like that, it's fun. I enjoy it. And I haven't played it in a while, and I'll be playing it once this update is, I guess it's already come out, hasn't it?
I want to say yes, but don't quote me on that. We'll get to that here in a second. But this is the earliest review on Metacritic, August 30th, 2016. It says, for now, this game is, for now, this is a game whose concept is more interesting than its execution. A triumph of hype and tech over engaging gameplay. The latter is short-lived with No Man's Sky. We have another 50. There can be no doubt that Hello Games set out on a journey of extreme ambition with No Man's Sky. Unfortunately, too much of a good thing can turn into something bad, which sadly reflects the reality of this never-ending this never-ending game. While it is beautiful, inspiring, and gigantic titles, No Man's Sky, I'm not gonna go to the full review, but if we go up some to let's see how far we have to go up.
Can you filter by like date? Because the recent updates will have probably more favorable reviews.
Yeah. So here we're getting into the 85s, 86, the 90s even. Let's go to the top one. Let's see what we got. 100? No way. Yeah, I know, right? You can't trust them. 99s, we'll go with the 90s because that seems more fair, right? Even if 100 or more hours from now, No Man's Sky wears out its welcome, I'll be grateful and still somewhat awestruck by what a tiny team of developers rejiggering decades-old design ideas managed to pull off. So with the updates that they've provided, it's obviously gotten a lot better. And even so, I am ready to pick this title up and jump into this world, because I have not, from the first looks of it, I was like, maybe not, but the updates now, it looks so vibrant, so good. And being able to, travel to other worlds and, have those worlds be, it's Starfield. This is a shot across the bow at you, having them be populated really, really well, No, I think it's...
I don't know how, at least from the last time I played this, there's a lot of worlds that are just empty.
Really?
No Man's Sky. So
right on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was people's problem with Starfield too. Like a lot of their stuff felt copy and pasted to the same cave. No way to get around. I'm not sure if they've updated that yet, but yeah, that's what they were looking at, So
No Man's Sky. If you're the type of person who can play a game that has like a framework and then just sort of role play your own story, if you're okay doing that, No Man's Sky is going to give you a lot of gameplay hours.
It's always something. No, sorry, no, it's gone.
I was going to say, like, some people can do that where this game is basically just a framework. Like, you can play it however you want. Like City Builders, for example, there's no story. You're just the story's in your head.
Right on.
Right, it's your head canon. You're playing as like some evil developer, so you play in that style.
Right on.
Right.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, same thing. If you want to play as somebody who's like, I hate pirates, I'm gonna kill every single pirate I see.
Right on.
You can play
those
that way.
Other
you can
players,
make up your own story. No,
not necessarily. But you can be a pirate though, right?
Yeah, you can be a pirate. There's like pirate systems, pirate bases, and stuff like that. But it's been a while since I've played it, so I don't know if there's been any other updates that have changed things.
Well,
that's why it does look interesting. It's always been on my list, to be fair, No Man's Sky, because like the graphics looked amazing at the time. This was ages ago, but I did see on Twitter today it was trending, and it's funny because there's a guy I follow, the Hobo Gamer. Yeah, and he did a video on No Man's Sky not long ago as well, I believe. And I thought, is this game getting popular again? Like. Yeah, but I've never really. I've always wanted to play it, but I don't know. Like one colleague I used to work with, because I used to speak to him about it. He had high expectations, as did I, and he said it wasn't as great as he thought it would be, and I think that's always stuck with me since.
Yeah.
Because he's a reliable source. Like a bit like yourself, Nas. He's very like PC gamer, into games. He looks at every detail from every single aspect, and he's like, that game should have been better than what it was perceived originally. Yeah,
it always sucks when you can see like what the potential could have been.
I think that's it. Yeah.
To their credit, they have been cracking away and working to, even though the game had a disastrous launch because there were a lot of expectations that weren't met, they've buckled down and they've done everything they can to sort of live up to what I think their original intention was for it, which is commendable, really. There's so many times where you don't see this, where you see something that just gets overhyped. The game launches, its reaction is it just falls flat. People don't like it. People feel like they've been duped.
Yeah.
And then the developers or the studio behind it just never really do anything more. They're like, well, it's your fault for expecting better, I guess. And fool me once.
Yeah.
But is it a simple case of like, because obviously these latest updates have improved the game drastically. Is it a case of the devs were pushed to release this game sooner rather than later? Because that's maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really know that much. But I mean, you've worked in IT before, Scotty. I'm sure that there's issues sometimes where, pardon me, there's issues sometimes where the scope is just way too big for a project with the manpower and the time and the budget assigned to it. It's just like, we can't get this done. What are you thinking? Right? That's just, you're asking too much. So it's possible that their scope was just too great.
Yeah. And then there's always that one person that turns around and says, but we need to get this out. We need to get it out. And then it's like the devs probably warn them and say, look, okay, we can get it out, but this is the state it's going to be in. We need to get it out.
That's usually how it goes.
That's all they're told. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now we're seeing, I'm I've not seen the game yet, but we're seeing obviously better reviews of this game now, and it's because, you know, obviously new updates have been released. Were they the updates which were always part of the vision, but just they couldn't do it in time because they were rushed out?
Yeah.
I just love the story of this. You know, it's this is what you want to see. I mean, this is probably the best thing that could have happened for them.
Yeah.
And for the people that invested in this game, because it's not costing any money to get for these updates. They're free.
That's awesome.
Are they free?
There's
as
massive
well?
redemption story for these guys.
I've seen a lot of
that's
memes
good.
where it's
That's
like,
good, that's
please,
good.
I have
Yeah.
money. And he's like, no, take the free update. And people are memeing on this, and I think it's hilarious.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
gaming industry, are you listening to this? Free DLCs. Wow. Now,
Here's the answer to
hearing
that,
that-
Scotty. The answer
What's
to
that,
that
bro?
is no, we're not listening.
It's like, what are you, crazy? No.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
you know what? Sorry, go on. Go on.
I just checked my Steam, and there's an update queued for No Man's Sky, and the update is 17.5 gigs.
Holy.
Woo. Well, it's free, man.
You're not playing anything else.
I've missed a couple
That's
of
for sure.
updates.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
No, but to be fair play to them, because
Yeah,
as we all
100%.
know, like, you know, games are released unfinished, broken,
Yep.
and there's a microtransaction. This is actually a free
Mm-hmm.
update. Didn't know that, so hats off. That's crazy.
Yeah.
yeah.
100%.
I will
Are
get
you-
it purely because of that.
Are you ready to see
Why not?
what they're looking at now? What they're looking like now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've already
Yeah.
seen this, but
Yeah.
I'll watch it again.
Right on.
Introducing No Man's Sky version 5.0. A complete refresh of the universe. With
Floating
new
landmasses
technology,
look a lot better.
new flora and fauna, and new gameplay. Planet variety is
Ooh, wow.
far beyond what was possible
new ship
before.
designs. I think, anyway. Again, I haven't played it in a while. Those look really cool.
Oceans have waves, reflections, and more variety. Planets have wind patterns.
It's great when
Waves
you
are
find
dynamic
a ship that
and
you love,
react to weather.
and then you
On the
just
surface of the
mod it
planet,
as much as you
there are
can. You
new
put as much good gear
volumetrics
in
and
that as quickly as
atmospherics.
possible. Like when I was playing this, I had a freighter full of all of these different types
New
of ships
cloud tech
for different
allows
purposes.
detailed clouds and weather
I had
conditions.
one that was good at evading the cops.
In storms, waves, wind, and clouds interact for incredible
Oh,
immersion.
like on land? Yeah, there's a few actually.
New creatures are out there to discover,
There's one that my favorite is just like a two-wheeled motorcycle kind of
with a
deal.
combat-focused
And
expedition.
every single one of those you can add modules to them that make them faster, they make them tougher, add different
Our journey
attack
continues.
abilities or attack strength. There's one that it's like this, it's enormous. It looks like a garbage truck. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically just this big, I don't want to say tank because it looks more like it looks more like a trailer.
Right on.
But yeah, there's a couple, I think at least, I can't remember. I think there's a couple of sea vehicles as well.
Oh, right on.
So because you can actually travel, you can build a base underwater too.
Oh, dude, this is so nuts. But did you see the Helldivers is influencing things now? You saw the bug combat, or has that always been there?
There's always been, well, I don't know if it's changed, if
Mhm.
it's more like Helldivers now as a result of this update. I haven't played it. I have to install the update and give this a shot, and then I'll be happy to tell you guys about it. Although I won't be able to stream it because my computer just can't handle this and OBS
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot.
I tried when I first started, but it ain't happening.
Right on. Good night. Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I think it looks freaking fantastic. And if the bug combat is new, I mean, kudos to them, you know, taking a page out of Helldivers 2's books. Or Helldivers
So there
2's
are
book.
combat, like there is combat in this game.
Mhm.
Most of the combat that you encounter is from Sentinels.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right, they're basically just hostile machines.
Yeah.
And they vary in size, right? There's some that are just like little itty bitty little probes and whatever, and then it scales up to the point where I don't want to spoil anything for you, but they get quite large.
Right on. Good
And they're
deal.
fun to fight.
Right on.
It
So
looks
with
good.
that, would you have to get into a mech suit, or would you be able to take one of the bigger
can.
ones down?
You can.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different ways to play it. There's a like if you you're not locked into one way of doing things. I'll
Yeah,
put
yeah.
it that way,
Okay.
which I like. I appreciate because different people have different play styles, and the more options that you have for how to do something is great. I love that because it also makes a game more replayable
Yes.
too. And for something that I personally I wasn't really gripped
Mhm.
by the story. There's like a loose framework of a story in this.
Mhm.
You don't have to adhere to it. You play up to a certain point, and then you can do whatever the hell you want
Gotcha. Okay.
and just have the story going in your head. But there's more than one way to do something.
Okay. Right on. So, I mean, I guess the question now is, now seeing what this is all about, the updates that they've made, are we getting this game? I mean, Nas already has it. Are you going to revisit this game? I guess.
Yes, definitely.
Dope. That 17 gig. Oh boy, that is hefty. But I think I do have a little bit more room left on the PS or the external, so I can probably do
Honestly,
it.
though, like looking at this, I'm like, I'm seeing where the 17 gigs is going. This looks a lot better.
Yeah. Right on. Okay. All right.
It's not like Call of Duty 300 gig update
Oh my
or
god.
whatever it was. Something
then-
insane like that.
And I think Spider-Man 2 was like 190 or something like that.
Oof.
Might be wrong. Could be wrong.
I mean,
It
what's
was
annoying
hefty
is
though,
like
or like 90. You know what? Now I
These-
gotta look it up.
it must be known that these games are going to be like quite big in terms of their size. So when these consoles are shipped, why are you only giving us 500 gigabytes?
That is a very good point. Good night. Oh, dude, you're hitting the nails on the head, Scotty. Good lord.
No, it's not even. It's not criticism. It's just a question, really. Like, what
Mhm.
you know what the roadmap is. You know what games are going to be like released, developed, released X, Y, and Z. If you know they're going to be that big of a size, why release consoles which can only hold what 4 of these games? Like 4 big name games? Like, I don't know.
This is
I
true.
just want to know. Like, yeah, I just want to know. I'm not.
Right on. But I have to retract that statement. Spider-Man 2 was only 90 only. It was 98 gigs. Yeah, so.
What a savings.
Oh man, I totally overshot that.
Oh,
So
man.
crazy.
That's yeah.
I mean, for some
crazy.
people, that 10 gigs or so will be the difference. But
Right on. Also, so are we ready to get into our next one? Sorry, I've kind of been I ain't been enjoying the conversation. I'm looking at the time now. It's like, oh crap. All right.
all right.
But let's move on to our next one. I know you guys are gonna really, really like this one. If I can get everything together here. Just give me one quick second. And we're there.
Yeah, streets and race vibes already.
Interesting.
So I'm assuming that's meant to be Mr. Miyagi. Yeah, definitely getting streets and race vibes. Definitely.
I think I missed out. Yeah, that was on Sega.
All
Though. I didn't have a
right.
Sega, I don't think. But that looks interesting. Actually, there's a guy I follow on Twitter that really specializes in beat 'em up games. I'm wondering if he'd probably love this.
Oh yeah, this thing looks freaking fantastic. I love the new push to get go back in time. What's to these older style games, the side scrollers. Gosh, it looks so good. Goodness gracious! But
It's even got his stance as well. Like the stance when he's just before he starts fighting.
yes, when he hurt his leg and he does the freaking the high kick. I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. But yeah. That
It just looks
pretty
fun.
dope. Yeah. Yes, it does. It looks like a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to this. I know Beerus, I didn't see John DBZ, but I know Beerus is in the chat. As a matter of fact, let me bring that up real quick. And I'm sure he's heard about this, and I'm sure he absolutely love it. So yeah, Beerus is in the chat. Shoot, man. I know I spoke with him on like how to structure this, and I've been toying with it, like getting comments like midway through so we can stay caught up with where the conversation is, you know. He was like, no, dude, you're good. I was like, all right, man. Yeah, you know, right on. So how do we feel about this one? I know it looks good, it looks like a lot of fun, but do we have any criticisms, anything that can do better? It's like, or what about it that you absolutely love, you know?
I love the gameplay. The gameplay looks like a lot of fun.
Right on.
Like I said, it looks like and I love seeing games now that kind of have that retro style.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that because it really ultimately gameplay is a huge component of it. I don't need fancy graphics. I just need something that looks like fun that I can have fun with like 3 other people.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. It's got that nostalgia, isn't it, as well? I think the only thing for me is, because obviously we haven't heard the soundtrack yet, and you both know I'm all for soundtracks. It needs that retro type of soundtrack.
That's right. I forgot you guys can't hear that.
Right.
God dang it. Beerus, he did mention something about this. Okay, so he says, Karate Kid meets Shredder's Revenge, 2D side scroll beat 'em up with Daniel, Mr. Miyagi, Umiko, and etc. It looks interesting so far. Yes, it does. That it does.
Yeah.
100%.
Has it got a date, a release date?
September 20th.
Thank you.
Ooh.
By a developer I've never heard of before, Oda Click Game Studio.
Right on. Okay.
And it's the only thing they've got on Steam. So,
all right.
I don't know what else they've developed, but yeah, it looks like fun.
Yeah.
No demo though, unfortunately.
Okay. That's fine. I honestly, just from the presentation, I'm totally fine getting it without a demo. It looks that good.
We should see if we could like co-op. That would be crazy.
There's single player shared split screen co-op. Doesn't look like there's online co-op.
Gotcha. Okay. Right on.
Oh,
so it's kicking it old school. It's like you and your friend putting on the couch, freaking going through it. Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like me, my brother, and a buddy of mine that lived down the street. Boom. We're on that. Yeah. Before we get into this last trailer, I do want to urge everyone, if you like what we're doing up until this point, do like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps us out immensely. And do check out our panel. It's all gaming centric. You won't regret it. It's fantastic stuff. So let's move into our last one. This one's going to be hefty though. This one's a hefty one. But if you guys are ready,
yeah,
I'll go ahead and bring it up. We can talk after. We'll give an analysis after.
Were those people tied up?
Yeah, I think they were. It looks like they were. The door handles look clean from a graphical perspective.
Oh man, I'd be so terrible at this game. If you have to walk around without bumping into stuff, I'd be awful at it.
I like the lungs top left. I imagine that's like
How loud you're breathing, I guess.
the
Because I think that's a part of the movies, right? Like there's this inhaler that they take that quiets their breathing or something. I haven't watched any of the movies. Mm. I do wonder how scripted this is. Like, if you suddenly make a noise, is it like game over, or do you have to evade? And like, how much is that? Are those types of events scripted? Is what I'm wondering.
oh no!
I would
Imagine
think
playing
that-
this at night.
I would think that the vents would make a lot of noise if you were crawling through them. Unless these are like Die Hard style vents where they're basically solid steel.
So is this guy's aim to save the two hostages, or is he just trying to save himself?
I don't know. Oh, just boot the door down. Come on. Live a little. It's an interesting take on like a stealth mechanic, right? Because you don't have to like hide, you just have to make very little noise.
Reminds me of The Evil Within.
You've mentioned it before. I haven't played it. I don't really know anything about that game. So, how so?
It's I'll say it's like a horror game, and from memory, 'cause I didn't complete the game, but I played it for a good while, and you have to sneak past individuals. It's similar to this. Like you're somewhere, and you got to try to get out from where you are. I mean, I don't know the full concept of the game, but it's very similar. Well, okay, I don't think they have monsters like that, but they got like these zombies, and you got to sneak past them without making a sound. It's dark. I think you got a torch as well. Yeah, and that's probably why I stopped playing it, to be honest, because this shit freaks me out. I'm just like, nah.
The lung. Yeah.
Yeah.
Panicked. Well, the lungs are orange now, so is that your...
So it's like him bricking it.
Are they blind? Okay.
Oh, right. So you can only hear. Right. It's like clickers, isn't it? From like, what's the last? Right. Oh, these things run. Oh, they run through walls. Wow. Oh, it's made a sound. Oh, shit.
This would be fun to watch somebody play, actually.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But I love how every single door in this game has an oiled hinge. Oh,
Yeah. Oh.
yeah.
There's no way I'm getting out that through the underground garage and no more chance to find another exit. Okay. I can imagine, like, oh, whoever's playing this game, the pad's getting sweaty. They're probably sweating themselves. Oh, man. Can you imagine? Like, turn left and then someone just comes at you and just, oh, no, I can't do it, man.
It's weird. I'm kind of spellbound by this. I'm waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I could watch this, because I'm just like waiting for someone to screw up and then just get murdered.
I do find it fascinating how games are so smart now, like the sound detection and then getting the enemy to react to that sound. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What's... Oh, yeah. Yeah. It reminds me of the, you know, Fox, the Metal Gear Solid games, and when you play them, oh, what's happening there?
There's a mouse or a rat or something. Just go say hi. Give it a hug.
Just tell it it'll be okay.
Yeah. Play some really offensive music or something.
Just saw you got the inhaler there. Oh, yeah. Oh, can you just hit the tip?
He's going faster. He's panicking.
Yeah. Oof.
Good night.
Wow. He waxed a tin and that was it.
Yes. That is your
Right. So interesting. There's a difficulty on there. So imagine the higher the difficulty.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you have to be extra cautious.
Right on.
That's why I'm not playing this game. I'm oh man. Just in my day-to-day life, I walk into so much crap, like door frames and you know, I just knock stuff over. I couldn't do that in a game.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, like you guys are saying, I think this is definitely a backseat game for me. I love stealth games. However, that's going way too slow. But I don't mind watching it. It's like kind of like a movie where suspense is building and you know, it's a thriller.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, we were all kind of throughout most of this trailer, we were quiet. We were just watching it.
Yeah. And it's a 10-minute
Didn't have
trailer
anything
too.
negative to say. It was just I would question certain things like, yeah, that's gonna make noise. Or that's gonna make noise or whatever. But you know, we'll put some of that on the shelf just to enjoy the game.
Right. Yes.
But definitely backseat game. I'm too much of a chicken shit for a game like this.
You know, that might be why.
Imagine having headphones on as well playing this. Oh, bloody hell.
Oh my gosh.
Nah.
Hearing that thing, you know, scream and then clicking. Oh God. I'm out. I'm out. I can't do it. No.
That's one for Gigi. I think Gigi might like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So, How do we feel about this? This is I guess we already answered that. It's a backseat game. How do you guys think it
Backseat
looks?
game. That's good.
Yeah,
I think
It
it
looks
looks good.
very interesting. Yeah.
right on. All right, heck, right on, guys. Goodness. Let's see if
I want GG
Jesus.
to play it. I want her to stream it, and then we just I'll just sit here and eat popcorn. That's fine.
oh, it's, hey,
Yeah.
I'll just yell out like, "Watch out for this" and whatever. Yeah, no, that'd be fun.
so Lord Bears, he commented something on the last trailer with the Karate Kid, and here's what he had to say. He said, "I'm impressed they actually got Daniel's fighting stance in his Miyagi do crane kick."
Yeah.
Miyagi do crane kick. Oh, that's a mouthful. But yeah, it's because I remember one of you guys said that. I think it was you, Scotty, wasn't it? It's like they even got his
Yeah,
stance
yeah,
for it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right on.
That was a great movie, man. Like,
Yeah.
great movie.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
I'm
to
surprised
see
it took them so long to make that a game like that. To be honest with you.
Do you think that it would have been more impactful at the time it came out, or do you think it's yeah right?
Because I mean, it'll probably still do well, but obviously
Mm.
it was fresh. Like at the time, I don't think I was born when the movie was out, but the people that was obviously keen on that movie.
Yeah.
It would have sold like hotcakes, I would imagine.
Right on. Okay.
I think now people still buy it and play it.
Mhm.
Obviously, the ones who've seen the movie,
yeah.
but do they have new installments of that movie now? I don't know.
They
Will
had
it appeal
Kai.
to the new audience?
Yeah, Cobra Kai.
Oh, of
and,
course.
and they did
Right,
a
okay,
Jaden
of course.
Smith movie back in the day. They
With
remade
Jackie
it.
Chan, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Jackie
Yeah.
Chan's
Okay.
Mr. Miyagi.
Okay.
I don't know
Not
if that
seen that,
did
but-
well. I remember it was very heavily advertised, and then when it came out, it was gone.
Oh.
Didn't hear a damn thing about it. So I don't know how good it was.
Keep the original. Keep the original. It's like
Yeah.
even Scarface. I don't know if you've both seen Scarface.
Oh yeah.
I have not.
I'm happy
no.
with the one with Al Pacino. I don't need to see any other remake of Scarface. Anything else? Like Godfather, just leave it. Apart from
Oh
three.
God! Don't ever
We don't talk
remake
about
Scarface. I'm thinking
know
Godfather.
what?
Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see
remake
Scarface.
Godfather 3 if you're gonna do anything. Just get rid of Sofia Coppola and then just remake that movie.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I don't want to see a remake of that. I don't
Yeah,
want.
no.
You know, I know I'm not the only one. I'm so worried about an eventual remake of Back to the Future.
It's coming. It's gonna get there. Unfortunately.
It's not going to happen as long as I think it's Robert Zemeckis is alive.
Mm.
He's staunchly against it, but I feel like as soon as he's gone,
Oh
you're
yeah.
going to start hearing it. And
Oh, yeah.
it's going to suck.
Oh yeah.
I still need to watch it. Don't worry.
You do.
It's on the list.
You
It's
really
on the
do.
list. It's on the list. I know.
We'll do a movie night and we'll watch.
That's dope. Right
Okay,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot,
I
man.
could always do with rewatching that movie.
we couldn't because we started it and there was a lot more cussing than we remember, and the kids were downstairs. We were all watching it. But Twister, we bought that one yesterday and decided to watch it, but we only got like 25 minutes into the movie and they were like,
Oh, the new
the
Twisters
GDs.
movie?
No, the old one. The
The original,
mhm.
like Helen Hunt and
Yes, yep.
I want to say Bill Paxton.
I want to say yes too. I want to say yeah. I didn't get their names. And oh my gosh, you've seen Lost Boys, yeah?
Oh,
With Kiefer Sutherland when he was a young kid.
Oh, I know of it.
no,
Right on.
no,
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
So there was a girl in it. Her name was Star. I never got her real name, you know. And I totally forgot that she was in this movie, and she was the guy's wife or woman that he was going to marry or whatever before he started catching feelings for her. Helen Hunt's character again, you know. But yeah, she looked just as good she did in what do you even call it? Lost Boys. Really great movie. I love it. It just fits the 80s aesthetic so well, you know.
Oh,
So good.
Helen Hunt wasn't in Lost Boys.
Or no, it was I don't know her name, but it was so Helen,
Diane West.
I want to say no, is that it? Here. Lost Boys.
Oh wait, Jamie Gertz played Star, right?
Yes, Jamie Gertz. Yep.
Oh, okay.
She is
Oh yeah, 'cause she was in Twister as well. Oh, okay.
Yep. But
I
yeah,
heard that new Twisters movie's actually not that bad.
yeah, I heard decent reviews about it too. It's like it it really takes a lot from the previous, but in a good way, you know.
Hmm.
Like everyone's playing the same characters in the same, you know, in the same parts, right? It's like you still have the hotshot who's got with the big company and is, you know, using technology that's more advanced to try to get a step ahead of the guys he used to work with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But what did he say in the movie? He's like, he's just never had any good instincts. He's never had the instincts for catching twisters, you know. But anyway, shall we get into our main story? It's one big story. We're going to be taking a look at a few different articles though. But I'm sure you guys have already seen that Xbox has a bundle now with Amazon. Yeah.
No.
You can get an Amazon bundle.
Yeah, it's
now.
kind of hard to avoid that. Yeah.
Well.
So, what got me about this is I didn't know what it consists of, but they have it here, and we'll take a look at that here in a second. And I think it further solidifies Xbox's push for, you know, a console-less future for them, right? It's kind of, I don't know why people are like hanging on so much. Like the overhead for consoles is a lot. So much so that they, like even PlayStation, they go with the lost lead strategy where they, you know, sell their consoles at a discount to make up the money with games. Not sure if they still follow that, but the last time I checked, they are, right? So they cut that out. That's a big part, a big chunk of production they can just get rid of, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And so, you know, I don't see why that's so far-fetched to believe that they'll stop making consoles. And this kind of further solidifies that they will eventually. I don't know how far into the future it'll be, but I think it is an eventuality that they will stop making consoles at some point. However, let's get into this real quick. And this is by IGN. This is pinned by Robert Anderson. I want to say he gets into it right here, but there is
Mr. Anderson. Sorry, I have to say it. Sorry.
No.
You opened the door, man.
I love a reference to the Matrix. You can do that all day if you want to. I love it. I love the Matrix. It's great.
What? Man, you know how many Easter eggs I could have done?
It's too good. It's too good. Okay, so first, second, or third one. We don't talk about the fourth one. That one doesn't exist. So which one do you prefer?
Agreed.
First, second, or third?
Reloaded. Second one.
Boom. Me too.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That or the first, but yeah, I think Reloaded for me. Reloaded was just nuts.
Yeah.
Just flat out nuts.
Oh yeah. God dang.
Nas, what about you? That sounded like a
First one only.
Yeah.
There's only the first one. I just didn't care for the rest.
Right on. That's fair. You know.
I feel like I am such a cynical ass when I come on.
Stop it. No. That's not
Kids
how
are
we
all
see
finding
it.
things to be enthusiastic about, and I'm just sitting here like, I didn't like it. It sucked.
No, man. Everyone has an opinion. So good.
I know, even wrong ones. No, I just didn't find the same. I tried to watch those ones and capture the same feeling that I had for the first one, that same enthusiasm,
Man.
the world building and all that stuff. It wasn't for me. It just didn't do the same thing that the first movie did.
To be fair though, the first one, it was a leap forward in like,
massively,
you know,
massively.
Yeah, technology, the way they were telling the story. Like, I'm sure before then, futuristic stories have been told, existential threat of machines taking over, all that good stuff. But the Matrix really just did it so much better. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. So good.
I would have been fine if there was never a second or third or fourth movie. If you'd have just left it there kind of open-ended, like, ooh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
I'd have been fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad they did, but some movies I totally understand where you're coming from. It's like a lot, like, we live in the day and age of reboots and sequels and things like that, and a lot of these movies don't need them. Good Lord, they don't.
No.
But you know, it's a what do you call it? A creatively bankrupt time we're living in. and they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel. It was like, oh, they're nostalgia. We can get them with this. They love this one.
It's easy.
We can make this
It's
one.
easy.
Get the same, people to jump in. It's like, nah.
Well, people like the first one, so half of our marketing is already done, right?
Yeah, literally. That's
Just
a good way of
show a
putting it.
young
Yeah.
Mufasa, and the people who love Lion King will come running. That ain't how this works, bro. It looks like okay. Anyway, stream Xbox games, no console required. Reads Amazon listing, which also mentions how it's the only streaming media player with Xbox app. The new bundle coincides with Amazon's Prime Day event that runs through July 17th. It's currently listed at $78.99, a $40.99 saving versus buying the controller subscription and streaming stick separately. So it looks like $78.99 is going to get you the stick and the controller. And it says down here a free month of Game Pass, I want to say.
Which tier?
That was a good shot. Yeah,
It's an honest question nowadays.
That isn't.
I mean,
oh, dude, so bad.
man, that's clip worthy.
Bitch tier. Oh shoot. Here, let's see. All right, was Googling, and Digital Foundry did a review on Amazon Game Pass, and it wasn't good. The gameplay experience isn't quite good enough. The stream itself is starved of bitrate, meaning that the quality of the image is relatively poor, especially when streamed to a large living room display. Oh, that's
Yeah,
Thanks.
I mean, sorry to interrupt, Fox. Yeah, I think I said this on a few weeks ago because Xbox have a beta stream, and it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Like it's not ready. Like constantly, you're getting queued to play the game because I assume there's too many people on the server, so they're waiting for space to be freed up. And then when you play the game, it's very laggy and jittery, albeit it might be internet connection.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
you shouldn't have to queue to play a game. I don't think it's ready. It's not ready.
Right on.
Personally, I don't think it's ready.
Okay.
Yeah. So
this is essentially like the cloud gaming, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ready.
Yeah, they definitely have to do more work on that. But my question to you guys, so are we hangers on to the belief that? Okay, I guess I'll ask. Do you think consoles will stick around for Xbox? And if you don't think they will, at what point do you think we'll see them kind of move away from it?
When it's obvious that they, I think I've mentioned this a couple times. The last thing that they'll say is, "We're no longer doing a console." They'll show. They'll finally announce it well after everybody has seen all of the signs, and then there will probably still be some people saying, "Hey, well, they never said they're not doing a console anymore, so there's another one coming." Until they finally say, "No, we're not doing one anymore," because people don't want to be part of that paradigm shift where all of a sudden games don't require a console anymore, or they just can't accept it. I think I've said before, yeah, it certainly shows that they're not going to have a console in the same way that they currently do. It might be something like a Switch, something that's more mobile, something that's dockable.
Yeah.
If they do one.
Right.
But I don't really think we're going to see what we're currently used to as far as consoles go in the near future.
Gotcha. Okay. Right on. All right. What about you, Scotty?
Yeah, I think they're transitioning. It seems, like Nars was saying, unless they say it, then obviously it's not going to be official. But when you're seeing adverts like this, and they constantly keep saying you don't need a console, they keep saying that you don't need a console.
Yep.
From experience, I don't think Stream is ready yet.
Yeah.
But it could be something that they're working on, or maybe Amazon can help on that front. Maybe, I don't know.
You might hear next a partnership with Amazon or
well, this is
Netflix
AWS and Azure team up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You wouldn't rule it out. But you made a very good point earlier, Fox, when you said, obviously, if they're not building consoles, they won't need a console team anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
So again, it's just not saying this is going to happen or should happen, but it's like, right, if it's consoleless, if you will, then that frees up some money, if you will, because there's obviously going to be redundancies, right?
Yeah,
You're not
that's
building
it.
consoles, you don't need the console team.
That's right.
They may shift some of those resources to cloud.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be smart.
Yeah.
That'd definitely be smart for sure.
Mhm.
Right on.
But do you get a Prime membership when you do this deal as well? Out of curiosity.
So it said it didn't
Yeah.
specify what Game Pass you got, but let me see. Microsoft's next big push into cloud stream massively broadens the potential audience for Xbox games. Blah blah blah. We know that. All that's needed is a compatible. They do say. I just don't remember where.
If you did, it would be front and center. Like because that would just create such an increased value. So if it's not said like right up front that you will get a Prime subscription with it,
Yeah.
I don't think you would.
It couldn't have been this
Because
one.
if that was part of the bundle, that's a huge selling feature.
Oh heck yeah.
Mm.
Bundling, yeah, you can get it for cheaper than buying them separately. Oh heck yeah.
Yeah.
The only
I
thing that
wouldn't
turns
bury
me
the
on,
lead on that. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Like you said, it'd be up front. But yeah, no, as far as here, accompanying advertiser position recently sparked debate among hardcore experts fans. Yeah, it does say, I might have in another article, but I do remember it saying that you get a free month of Game Pass, but it doesn't specify which one. So that sucks.
Right.
That's the only part. However, we do have another article about is a game journalist who, when they first got into it, they were picking between Xbox and PlayStation 5. They went with Xbox because of the awesome service that Game Pass is, and they got themselves a console and a Game Pass subscription. Now with the hikes in price, they are saying that they are no longer going to renew their Xbox subscription. So this one, I love this. See ya, chump. I love that. It's great. But thanks, Xbox. I'm never subscribing to Game Pass again. And this is being pinned by Tessa Core. I hope I pronounced that right. But she doesn't spend too much time letting you know what's going on. But nope. Subscribe. We know that. It's hard to think of think poorly of Xbox. Here, maybe it's this one. It's hard not to think poorly of Xbox right now. Game Pass aside, a brutal round of layoffs decimated Xbox's first-party studios, showing infuriating short-sightedness and frustrating focus on Bethesda IP over actual smaller, more innovative projects, i.e., Hi-Fi Rush's studio. At the Xbox showcase, the layoffs and closures weren't acknowledged. In an interview with Xbox President Sarah Bond, provided weak non-answers and offer absolutely no. I'm trying to get to where she talks about the price hikes and her not renewing her. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to stop playing Xbox exclusives, but I'm done with Game Pass. It no longer has the value that it promised me, and for gamers with the same priorities, it no longer serves them either. Quite frankly, unless you're the kind of player who avoids newer games and prefers to sink into the library of older titles, Game Pass isn't worth it anymore. Great job, Xbox. This is where I want to focus. So, game journalists, they obviously have to have these consoles so they can play these games. And she voted going with an Xbox over a PlayStation 5 for Game Pass. So they're even souring journalists, gaming journalists on this. So if a games journalist is saying this is not worth it, man, I can't see how regular consumers will find this as a good investment.
Well, this isn't the last price increase that we've seen. This isn't the last subdivision of tiering that we've seen. It's going to happen for PC eventually. I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
because it's just another way of making money.
Yeah.
You segment your customer base into groups that will pay for it and ones that won't, and you charge the ones that will. You reward them with their loyalty by charging them more for it. It's gross. I hate it.
Yeah. We will get into a portion where analysts are. It's a two-parter, so they're going over the price hikes and why. I mean, it's kind of obvious why. a little bit, right? But they're also going to speculate on the direction that Xbox is going in the future. But Scotty, do you have any? So, I mean, what do you think about this article as far as consumers and journalists? I guess they're consumers too, but turning their backs on Game Pass because of the price hikes.
I mean, it's one of those things, because obviously if you've started with Xbox from the very beginning, you would have seen price hikes, obviously, as the years have gone by.
Right.
But I think it gets to a point now where when you have different tiers and whatnot, and it gets really complicated, for me, it should be really clear and transparent.
Yes.
Like I told you guys last week, if you buy a 12-month membership, it's a 12-month membership. Like, why is it 4 months this, 5 months that, X, Y, and Z, another 2 months here? Like, what's... I don't get it. I don't get the complication behind it. Yeah. But in terms of the Xbox Game Pass, I think the aim from what it looks like, every Xbox exclusive should be on Game Pass for free on day one. I think that's a given now. I think
that's what Sarah Bond said.
Yeah, it does. I don't think it includes every single title. So if we're getting rid of the console and we're just using a Fire Stick, for example, is that Game Pass, or is that also your local games that you've purchased from the store?
Oh my gosh, Scotty!
Like,
they're getting rid of the console tier for Xbox Game Pass, dude. That screams we're not making consoles anymore to me.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Well, it's just getting rid of that tier,
right?
Because they found, like, it sucks because the way that I read the situation is we're going to squeeze console gamers more than PC gamers, which I don't like. It's discriminatory. You know, you're screwing over because Game Pass for PC is what? It's gone up to
like $12,
13 bucks now, $12.99.
Yeah.
$7 cheaper per month.
Yep.
So what? $84 a year cheaper than Ultimate, the same service, but for a console. I mean,
you're exactly right, because they get day one too.
That tells you where Microsoft's priorities currently are.
See,
because who's getting the price increase? Who's getting the bigger price increase?
Yeah.
Right. I honestly, I wouldn't like it, but I'd have a less of a problem if they said Game Pass Ultimate it's not going to be for PC or for console. It's just Game Pass Ultimate, and it's the same price here as it is for PC, for console, or whatever.
Yep.
Yes. It's easier to remember. Number one, you don't have to think like, well, how much do I have to pay?
Yeah.
It's like honestly trying to figure out a freaking cable package.
Yes.
It's stupid.
Yep. 100%. Yep. I 100% agree with that.
They're showing like it's gross because generally speaking, no slight against console gamers, but because you have less options available for how you get your games, you're more squarely over that barrel that Microsoft has placed you.
Yes. Yeah.
PC gamers can say, you know what, screw it. I don't want Game Pass. I'm going to go with Steam. I'm going to go with GOG. I'm going to go with Epic. I have alternatives.
Yep.
What alternatives do you have when you have a console? None.
PlayStation.
So they're going to. Well, it's not really much of an alternative.
No, they're just
spend like how many hundreds of dollars to get a PS5.
That's right.
And then you have to decide what PlayStation Plus tier that you want. It's so,
and they're even more. I'm sorry, they're even more corporate, and they're more out in the open about it. They make They make it no secret. Yeah.
Yeah, they changed theirs, haven't they?
Recently. I think
used to just be
I don't think they added any tiers, but they increased the prices for sure.
Oh, did they? They got free, I think.
There are 3 tiers now because it was originally just PlayStation Plus, and now it's there's Essentials, which is like the lowest tier, but it still includes like a couple of games per month. I don't know what other features it comes with because I don't use them.
Right.
But a couple of games per month are included with it.
Okay.
And the extra tiers have more free games per month that it comes with. So if you had PlayStation Plus and you went to PlayStation Plus Essentials, to me, I didn't see a difference. Still got a couple of games per month. All I saw was that FOMO because these other tiers get more games per month. Which, again, playing on human psychology, I'm missing out. Oh, should I spend money to get those other free? Whatever. Screw off with that.
Right.
But it wasn't really that much of a difference. I didn't feel like anything was taken away from me. It's
Right.
just they're showing now you have an opportunity for this.
Yep.
And I said no thanks.
Right. Yeah. They're not taking any features away like Xbox is. Oh my gosh, dude, the absolute
with
gall of that. Taking
so
day
with, like,
one
the
away from.
PlayStation-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, man.
No, you're good, Scott.
With the PlayStation, I think they got another tier. I think it's premium now. So
Okay.
what they like to do is basically play games from PS1, PS2 if it's there.
Dope.
But what I do like, and you might know this, Fox, they have trials.
Mhm.
So you get an hour to play a new game, like a brand new game, for example, or a game of their choosing, which I think is pretty cool. So you don't have to buy the game yet.
Yeah,
They'll give you an hour of the game. You play the game for an hour. If you like it, you buy it. If you don't need to buy it.
that's cool.
I think that's a pretty cool feature.
Yeah.
Xbox haven't got anything like that. If they might introduce it, I don't know, but they haven't got anything like that at the minute.
Yeah.
But going back to the article, the problem I think as an Xbox user
Mhm.
is that, all right, you have your exclusive on Game Pass, which is great,
Mhm.
but if you haven't got the exclusive, or at least the good exclusives, what's the need of someone getting Game Pass? like that's the thing, because all right, you've got New Gears of War, Halo. I think as a franchise is not as good as it could have been. What was that game? I think J-Bug was playing it. What's it called? That game, this exclusive to Xbox. I think it's in
Starfield?
Valhalla. No,
Oh.
that's not exclusive. It's in Valhalla, I think. What's the game? You both know it. I just can't remember the name. It's bothering me. Gamer said
Not a
it's
God
better
of
than
War
God of
game?
War. She said it's better than God of War.
Better than God of War.
Oh, Hellblade.
Hellblade.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Hellblade.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Hellblade. And even that game wasn't that long apparently. I think it was only like a 4-hour game. But it's
The
it's
second
not,
one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it wasn't as long as it could have been. But
Right.
if you compare it to the PlayStation exclusives, PlayStation like way ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't think Xbox have enough material to do what they're doing. That's my
Yeah.
personal opinion.
And she
If-
does
if-
mention that in an
obviously-
article too. They just don't have exclusives that grip her.
They don't.
Yeah.
And like I know they purchased rights to Call of Duty somewhat because PlayStation still have Call of Duty.
Right.
That was part.
Yo,
So that was part of the deal.
yeah.
That was. Yeah, that was part
Yeah.
of the deal. They had to make sure that game was still available to Sony
Hmm.
Yeah.
in order for
So
that merger to take place.
But this is it. So, for example, like with Fox, let's say Fox, he's got PlayStation, right?
Mhm.
And I've got Xbox, so I'm playing Call of Duty already on day one. Fox has to wait. Let's say, for example, I don't have to pay for it, but Fox does. But Fox might be like, well, hold on, like just because it's one game, that's not enough for me to go get a Game Pass. I'll just
Exactly.
pay for that and stay on the console I'm on.
That's
I
right.
don't think it's enough to entice users to switch consoles to
Right.
Game Pass. If I'm honest.
Yeah, 100%. And I think Sony, with their push to PC, they're finding out that PC players don't want to get a PlayStation. It's like just because you
Yeah.
put, Ghost of Tsushima on there or God of War, it's like they're good games, but I'll wait. I can wait until they go to PC.
Yeah.
No big deal. And so I think they're overestimating the popularity of the PlayStation. Sony is. I love PlayStation, been with them forever, but even I think it's really stupid how they're pushing on PC. It is working out for them apparently. They're making buku bucks, but good lord, there's a better way to do it and possibly make more money. But yeah, I don't know.
Do you think it'll work though, Fox? In your opinion, like this no console approach, do you think it will work? Because we've seen this transition before. Obviously, if we roll back the years, we had VHS tapes turn to DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah.
We've had DVDs and Blu-rays. They've turned into Netflix, Amazon Prime, and things streams. Shout out to Redbox. We've had all those things. we've had all those things,
Mhm.
and now obviously everything we do is on an app, right?
Yep.
Do you think gaming will be there in about, I don't know, let's say the next 20 years, for example? Will we have a console?
I think you hit the nail
In
on
your
the
opinion.
head.
In your opinion.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head. If they were doing this like just while consoles are healthy, industry is healthy, I think that would be a bad move. I think what they're doing right now is anticipating the market to go that way. Right now, they're making a big gamble that we will turn into the game industry will turn into a subscription landscape like it is with movies and things. Do I think they're correct? More often, or a bigger part of me thinks that they are making the right decision to go this way, because the companies will realize the overhead that they're taking from consoles is just too much. Even Sony's trying to get their cloud infrastructure together. They're pushing. I read an article. They're pushing hard on getting their cloud infrastructure together. So they see the seas are changing. I think Xbox is making a gamble that they're going to be at the top of the list whenever it does make that change. So yeah. And I love the way you phrase that too, just because you know exactly. It's like if the landscape changes, they're anticipating that. I don't think the landscape is going to stay the same though. I think consoles will eventually go out of favor. Don't know when that'll be. I have no idea.
But you're kind of raising an interesting point though, in that Microsoft and Sony both benefit from having that change, and are also in a position where they can do something to influence that change going forward, because it's not like everybody has their own console and they're fighting against all of these other market forces. It's pretty much just to Xbox, it's Sony and Nintendo.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. So they can drive towards this. They can enact their planned obsolescence or whatever to start making these consoles less appealing, and then driving people towards another product. I mean, you see companies do this every once in a while. They'll just stop supporting something and say, oh, you want this thing that we're putting all of our energy and all of our money into, and all of our marketing and all of our R&D into. So that could be their way of driving it, because it does cost them less. They don't have to deal with the costs associated with developing and distributing and building a console.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Yeah.
I hope that's not the case.
And then the cloud,
I really do.
Without games being physical, you don't have to have that manufacturing sector either, you know?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about distribution. It's still going to charge people the same amount of money for it.
Yeah, which is the weirdest
thing.
Of
course.
So weird. Oh my goodness. It's like what GG said is they have to keep updating their servers and things like that. I kind of get it. But if it's a one-player game and I'm just going through a story, I should not have to pay as much. That is ridiculous. That's craziness. But let's get into what the analysts say about the price hikes and why they believe in what direction they think that Xbox is going to go. So this one, this one is from IGN. Also, it's being pinned by Rebecca Valentine. I actually really like her stuff. I think she does a really good job. Why is Xbox raising prices? And so Harding Rolls is an analyst she spoke with, and she says, as well as other analysts I've spoken to, wherever can I get to a quote? Here we go. When you have to increase revenue, as Xbox bosses do, cheesy flip, you only have a couple of levers when it comes to Game Pass. And this is Simone Carlos. She had a quote from Harding Rolls up here, but jeezy flipping Pete's, man. If we were doing a video, I'd edit this part out, but but this is Simone Carlos speaking. It's either volume or yield, and it's clear that volume has been leveled out for some time across the Game Pass core, formerly Xbox Live Gold, and actually Game Pass. Xbox has done a good job of gradually shift. I don't care about that, Miss Carlos. Joseph Van Druin, NY STEM school business professor, added an observation I hadn't considered. If the average gamer buys 2 to 3 premium games annually, totaling between $140 and $210 in spending, Game Pass Ultimate now costs far more than that. But Xbox doesn't seem to be targeting the average console gamer anymore. Not with Game Pass Ultimate anyway. Game Pass Ultimate is for die-hard fans, the players who generally play more games for longer and use more of Xbox's services and infrastructure. Charging them for the privilege makes financial sense, Van Druren observes, saying that such gamers also tend to be less sensitive to price increases, a point Piscatella, which I'm I follow him on X or Twix. He does really good stuff. He was one of the guys who had the numbers for May and outlined the sales for consoles for Sony and Xbox and things like that. He's a really good resource to have or to be taking a look at. So real quick, knowing this, you know, it sounds like they're trying to catch whales, right? Or at least gamers who play more games and don't mind the price hikes from Game Pass. So, but all the chatter online I've heard are not liking this increase. So I'm trying to figure out who are these gamers who are who are like, oh, whatever, man, I'll pay an extra $5. I don't know who that gamer is. I don't think I've ever met him. Maybe because I'm not rich or something. You know?
I'd love to speak to that person.
Me
I'd love
too.
to speak to that person that says, ooh, I have to pay more money for the same thing? Great.
Yeah, that's not making any sense to me, making financial sense, because some games, retro games, let's say, for example, they're not even free on Game Pass. You get Game Pass, you still got to pay for these games, right?
Oh, Get Out.
So that's yeah, they're siloed.
Oh,
So like you see some games from like the old Xbox consoles, they're not all included that
Yeah.
I've seen on Game Pass at the minute.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, albeit like less than 20 quid, maybe sometimes they're 30 quid, 25 quid, but it's still a transaction which isn't included in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
So you got to pay the barrier to entry for Game Pass. And
Yeah.
then you have to buy additional games. There are some games you get for free.
Yeah, there's some games you get for free, but on if you go to an Xbox store. So I think personally, if you have Game Pass, you should have every game in the store
Yes.
a part of Game Pass.
Yeah.
Currently, that is not the case because I've seen games in the store you still have to pay for.
Oh
So
my
when the guy
God.
says it makes financial sense, that doesn't make sense.
I mean,
unless that changes.
It makes financial
But
sense for
currently-
Xbox for sure.
Oh yeah, of course it would.
Double
Oh, yeah,
dipping, yeah.
it definitely would.
Yeah.
From us, like, as a consumer, definitely.
Xbox would charge you for every single time you turn on your console if they could get away with it.
Sony would lead that charge. I guarantee it.
Oh.
Guarantee.
All right, again, a
Yeah,
race to
so-
the bottom, right? A race to the top by way of a race to the bottom.
Yeah,
I love
I'm
that.
gonna put that on
and
a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's got to have Bart Simpson on it though. I have a clip from him. Woohoo! It's a race to the bottom. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Scott. I keep you interrupting.
No, man, no, it's all right. So, it's like I don't know why I thought of the berries from last week. If Game Pass was the price, like I don't know, let's say £20 a month, whatever it is at the minute, and you had everything in the store, part of it. I mean everything. Then I don't think fans will complain. In my honest opinion, I don't think there would be as many complaints. But there's games that you have to buy if you want it. It's in the store, but you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going to throw some games on it.
Like
That's why they.
a discount
Sorry, go on.
for just having a Game Pass
I
subscription.
think you get some discount. You get some discount. I've seen discounts, but
Okay.
again,
That's
see,
still
exactly.
really grimy.
If it's in the store,
Mhm.
you should be able to pay for it, right?
It should
Sorry,
be
you shouldn't
included.
be able to pay for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You shouldn't. Yeah, it should be included. It should be included.
I
Yep,
mean, I've seen
100%.
with like Amazon Prime, for example,
Yep,
where
that's what
it's like,
came to
okay, yeah, like I
Yep,
can
yep.
I can watch this movie if it's on Prime for free, or watch this TV show if it's on Prime for free.
Mhm.
But I can pay to rent from other platforms. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
exactly.
all right with that.
Yeah.
But I don't have to pay for anything else that Prime hosts
Right.
because I'm already paying for a Prime subscription.
Right on.
And you're saying that's not the case with Game Pass.
correct?
That is wow.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right on. With you saying that, Nas, I have to kind of take back some words that I had for Prime because I felt like it was pretty messed up that you're paying for Prime, but you have to rent or buy movies. But I had no idea that they were from other platforms. That's on me.
Yeah.
That's my bad. I am an old.
Did Prime email you?
curmudgeon.
Did Prime email you or something?
No, they didn't. It's just it was
We
off
saw
the
your
list.
latest stream.
Are you sponsored by Prime? Is it?
with
What
new
was the sponsorship?
information.
He's like, let me apologize quickly, publicly.
I would love a sponsorship from Prime, but no. It's like with the new information, I gotta correct the record on that. So
No, that's
sorry.
good. That's good.
Sorry, Prime. Please sponsor me though. Also,
Well, we're definitely not getting a Microsoft or Xbox sponsorship.
no.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm
That's my dream,
They
though.
keep altering the terms of the deal anyway to suit them better. So
Exactly.
screw them.
They could show a little backbone and do sponsor it, and be like, yeah, we do like you giving or not positive, but honest feedback.
Honest
we appreciate
criticism,
that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's
to
like-
be fair, and that's what we do. We give constructive criticism and say
Mhm.
this is what you can do better. It's not
Oh, yeah.
a finger pointing exercise.
Yeah.
It's like, right, this is what you're doing.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
but-
all these games be included? Like,
Yeah. 100%.
If you're going with a streaming model, you have to bear in mind what other streaming models currently do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
going to be constantly compared to them.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. And they're doing some outlandish stuff like what you referenced, Nos. Paying for other, having access to others like library, that's totally fine. But Xbox, you having to pay for their own games, nah, that's new,
No.
and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like it at all.
Shady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let's see. This is coming from Piscatella himself. Now that price sensitivity can change over time, of course, even the most loyal customers will change their mind on continuing. He's referencing what he said about, gamers who aren't price sensitive, who don't care that they're getting a price increase. But he goes back and says, now the price sensitivity can change. Even the most loyal customers will change their mind on continuing to subscribe to a service should it fail to deliver an acceptable level of value or service. But for now, the bet is that current subscribers will mostly continue to subscribe. Call of Duty coming to the service could also lead to new subscribers, although I'm personally dubious that it will result in millions of new subscribers, but who knows. I also see the Game Pass standard tier. Me too. I also see the Game Pass standard tier at $14.99 acting as more of a price anchor than a service they wish people to subscribe to. Wait for only $5 more per month. I can get day one games. What a deal. Yeah. And when we talk about the slow creeper greed, there is a portion of these companies trying to slowly condition us to these higher prices too. But where that axis is to you being comfortable and what price is too high, I think they're kind of running into that now because the pushback on this has been immense. It's been crazy.
Yeah. It's either
Mhm.
I always try to think like, is this incompetence or did they just did they not do their due diligence with this? Because we talked about this last time where they would have had to have known before Sarah Bond said that
Mhm.
games will be everybody will get day one releases on Game Pass.
Yep.
That they had to have known. And I'm like, did she not know?
hmm
And if so, what does that say about how this organization is run at that level?
Yep.
That she didn't know, or they just deceived people. Like, I don't know which one it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I was thinking about this because I was out for like 2.5 days making deliveries, and I was thinking because Sony has 2 CEOs. If anyone needs 2 CEOs, it's freaking Xbox at this point.
Or just one competent one. I don't know.
Right on. It's hilarious.
I mean,
was
I
just
don't.
thinking
To
about
be
it.
fair, I don't know anything about Sarah Bond. I mean, just although with that being my first time seeing her in an interview, I was not impressed.
I was.
Well,
not by words though. She's very beautiful. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Nas, go.
no, that's all I was saying. Like, I just wasn't impressed by her delivery, or just how uncomfortable she looked in that situation. It just
That too.
wasn't inspiring a ton of confidence in me.
Yeah.
And then to
Yeah.
hear her go, and then to hear that they're going back on their promise, and I do consider this going back on the promise.
Yep.
I'm very disgusted.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's that list of broken promises is racking up. That's for sure.
Mhm.
And so we have, I want to say, Ampere. I don't remember if that was someone she had talked to or if this is an actual company, but Ampere Analysis estimates that 74% of current Game Pass subscribers on console have the ultimate version of the service, meaning that roughly 1/4 of subscribers are on lower tiers. That includes the console tier, which will soon be closed to new subscribers, and Xbox wants as many of those lower tier subscribers upgrading as possible. Hence, the decision to limit day one game access to specific tiers, and more specifically, to dangle Call of Duty as a carrot to attract new subscribers as well as upgrades. Yeah, I don't think it's a good decision to get rid of the console tier. To me, it's like, oh my gosh, like it's not a good idea to get rid of those people who are on console for Xbox. So my only thought is they have to be getting ready to, get away from consoles altogether. That's what comes to my mind, because it doesn't make sense to get rid of them, because that revenue for Xbox is still there, and possibly more could do it through console, So
it's just getting rid of that tier. Like they're not getting, like they're replacing it with something else.
Right.
That's
on.
all.
Well, so will you be able to access Game Pass from your console with Game Pass for console going away?
Yes, but you have to subscribe to another tier.
Gotcha. Okay.
You'll either have to subscribe, I think, to Game Pass Standard.
Perfect. Okay.
Or Ultimate.
Gotcha. Okay. So you will still be able to. You just have to go to a higher tier.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That's what. Okay. Yeah, so that's what their strategy is.
Yeah,
like get customers on a higher tier, and it's like, right, we can get more money this way.
Yeah.
So even like 100 people moving from one tier to another.
Yeah.
I mean, that's profit. That's just from 100 people.
Yeah. Okay, so I
So
totally had that all wrong. I thought they were getting rid of Game Pass altogether on console. All right.
Oh
so
God, no.
I'm doing
No,
a lot
that
of
would-
retracting today.
No,
That would be
Holy moly.
possibly suicidal. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking, right? It's like you basically are just highlighting you're getting rid of console right there. But if you can still get it on console, then yeah. Sorry everyone. I misled. Right.
But that's the thing. Like the whole situation is kind of confusing. It's
exactly. It should be
doesn't help.
straightforward.
It doesn't help that tier is named Game Pass for console. So when you say we're discontinuing Game Pass for console, it's hard to tell whether or not you're talking about the actual tier or you're getting rid of Game Pass in general for console, because it's so worded poorly. So poorly worded.
Yeah. They've never been good at the wording, though. Xbox.
But that's how you can catch people out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe be misleading.
Exactly.
All right. So we're gonna move down a little bit more. Let's see. Well, we're gonna start here. Maybe all of those say, what is going on? I'm missing something here. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to start from the top. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so Xbox is raising prices, changing tiers around in September. Great. What happens next? Will it raise prices yet again after already hiking them 2 years in a row? Will it add more tiers? Will we eventually see Xbox go the Netflix route and throw in a lower price ad tier? Well, maybe all of those, say analysts. Omdia's George, I had trouble. Gigiashvili thinks that Xbox raising prices both was and continues to be inevitable due to ongoing inflation, as well as the aforementioned slowing subscription growth. Xbox needs to increase average revenue per person, especially in an effort to offset the single copy sales of the new Call of Duty is inevitably going to lose to Game Pass. Now, I don't want to hear anyone else say that Game Pass doesn't cannibalize physical sales. It freaking does. Okay. How much it does?
Right there.
No kidding, right?
Yeah.
How much it does? Don't know, but it does. Where are we? Oh, yeah. N. Harding Rolls reminds us in his piece, is it he? Sorry. His piece that Xbox is still busy building a mobile app store. Sarah Bond and Candy Crush. That was hilarious. We got something exciting coming. Candy Crush. Like, oh, okay. I bet that sounded better in your head, didn't it?
Oh, I lost it when I heard that.
It was hilarious.
Candy Crush. That's a game that's been out for how many years?
Yeah, it's been out for
You're so excited about it.
Right? So there may be a mobile-focused version of Game Pass on the way that includes bonuses of King games like Candy Crush Saga. But mobile or not, Harding Rolls is predicting that Xbox's gamble will ultimately be successful. Ampere estimates global Game Pass average revenue per user will increase by 5.4% this year, but will then jump to an increase of 15.3% in 2025. And Ampere expects global consumer spending on Game Pass as a whole to reach $5.5 billion in 2025. Whether that will be enough for Xbox is another question. Yeah, I am so sorry. This one is so long, but it has such good information in it.
But they're just anticipating. Sorry, Fox. They're just anticipating growth. Have they anticipated losses? Because like we've seen articles and people online saying they're gonna not resub or save their subscription. So
yeah.
On the looks of it, like show us the data, show us the statistics,
dude. With all these
sure
companies, especially in the gaming sphere, and a lot of these are keep this stuff close to the chest, you know.
Of course, yeah, of course.
But I would love to see what those numbers look like. You know,
Yeah, show us the numbers now, and then let's look in 2025.
Yes.
And we'll see.
It's like I wonder how many people they lost given this announcement. You know, reshuffling their tiers. I wonder how many people were like, you know what, I'm not going to resubscribe. But then that would also
I'm not
change.
resubscribing.
Yeah.
I'm
how
not.
much time is left on their subscription? You know, they can probably have those numbers for the next month. It's like, oh, see, we still have this many people subscribed, or you know, and then the month after that, it drops off a freaking cliff. You know, who knows? They're not very forthcoming with how healthy or not the company's doing, but that is the
They haven't
nature.
really done a great job of forecasting Game Pass's growth to this point.
No,
Which
they
suggests that they'll do a better job in the future. Who knows?
Yeah. Let's see. Van Drunen came in with an even spicier prediction, an ad-based version of Game Pass. He expects such a tier to be added sometime next year, comparable to what's been seen on other services like Netflix. I've
heard that somewhere before.
Yeah,
I've heard that somewhere. I was listening to this live stream with three very, very charming individuals about a week ago. Oh, wait, it was here. We said that, right?
Wow. Oh, this
it was us.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Nice
I have
for that.
I got to take the W for that one.
Mm-hmm,
We did call it, and we said, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be ads.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna stitch together a little video of us saying that, and then and then this.
So
maybe if I got time.
And I remember reading an article. I've said this like 2 or 3 times on stream of Sarah Bond talking about games or ads in games. She's talked about this stuff. It was like we'll check and see where it fits, where it doesn't. So, you know, this might be that coming to fruition. Yeah.
I'm gonna make another prediction. Can I make another prediction?
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be on console first.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
To push people to
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just because you have a captive audience.
Yeah.
That's how they're treating console gamers. Is your captive audience. You're not going anywhere. You can't play Sony games with this. We got you by the short hairs, so you're gonna take it. You're gonna love it.
Love it.
But you know what it is? In my mind, I'm thinking, right, when are you gonna actually play those ads? Is it when we get to a cut scene where it's, oh my god, I can't believe, oh, there's an advert. Plug it in. And it's like, what?
Yeah. Pulp Fiction
The
style.
answer is everywhere they can.
Yeah.
You'll have when you first see your game menu, just before you start a game, there'll be like a 15-30 second pre-roll, maybe a couple of them. Just think of where like Amazon puts their ads in.
Yep.
Not during gameplay, but maybe during like certain games will have it integrated into pause menus.
Ooh.
I hope I'm not giving anybody any ideas.
You are.
I hope I'm not, but
or they might be a step ahead of you on that one, Nas. They got that cooking. Got it
But
cooking.
if you press pause, that's not bad, because then it's like, you know, you go make your drink or whatever. The ad can just run.
I don't
That's
know.
all right. But I don't know. I think it will happen in game.
Still
I
sounds
think
gross, you know.
Just after a cutscene, then you see it for a bit.
Oh,
because
God.
you want to know what happens after the cutscene, right?
Yeah.
So now it's like,
If they do
oh, I
that,
can't wait to see. Oh, there's an advert.
talk
And it's
about
like,
captive audience, you know. That
you
would
may
be
have
that's gross.
some games that are built specifically to have ads in them, and it just kind of gives you like a blank slate saying, hey, Microsoft, you can put whatever ad you want here. Like let's say you're playing Spider-Man game and there's a billboard. Well, that billboard can show different things based on different demographics of the person playing, targeted ads, and
I'm sorry,
why
I'm not mad at that if they do that. it's corporate, but at least you're not interrupting my game to like shove your ad down my throat. I can just swing right by that thing. It's like, oh, a new couch on Amazon.
But what if you're
just swing past it?
Let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this. Suppose that you're playing a game. Suppose that you're playing a Spider-Man game, and you see a billboard for a congressional candidate in your area.
Oh my gosh, that is
What then?
that's immersion breaking. So yeah, thank you, Nas. The voice of reason.
All of these ads, like that's the way I see them, is they are all immersion breaking.
Yeah.
You want me to accept that I'm living in this world that you've created, but you just have to take elements from outside of it and throw them in here? Your advertising, your desire to advertise in this freaking game is more important than me having an immersive experience.
Yep.
And I resent that
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
Other people might
100%.
not mind, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I resent it because I play the game to be immersed in this, to just forget about things or to enjoy the story that's been crafted so carefully, hopefully, for me and everybody else.
Yeah. Yep.
Every time you do that, you're taking me out of it.
Yep. No, I will definitely, another retraction. I will definitely take back what I said, because even if I do
honestly,
see
like, most of it's
Amazon in
gonna
there,
most of it's going to be pretty harmless. Most of it'll be just like McDonald's or Coke
that's
or
still,
whatever.
But a lot of these franchises can be found in the universes you're playing. Like even, I would even say even in Spider-Man, and that's supposed to be even closer, related to our universe. Even that, you can't say Coca-Cola. It's got to be Cola or something like that. Or Cola. It can't be the exact same, because then it's like you said, it breaks the immersion. So yeah, no, you've changed my mind for sure.
For things like Coke, it's pretty harmless, unless you had a relative who got hit by a Coca-Cola truck, and every time you see Coca-Cola, it's dramatic for you. I mean, that's always possible.
Right on, very specific.
I'll throw this one in there.
Seriously, but yeah,
they might even throw in a tier where it's more money to skip ads or not even show ads.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're doing
Absolutely.
it.
That's what it is. Anytime you have something, you have ads that are integrated, they'll charge you the privilege of not seeing them. And I always laugh whenever I see that, because it always comes to my mind, like, what are you saying about the ads that you're showing? That you have, like, how exactly does this show how you feel about the advertisements that you're showing? If you want me to pay more money so I don't see them, you're asking me to pay more money for a privileged tier so I don't see the advertisements that you're advertising. What does that inherently say about how you feel about the ads that you're running?
Yep. Must be an ad about bed bugs. I don't know. Must be one of those. Crazy.
I don't know if anybody else thinks like that, but every single time I see that, like, oh, you want me to pay more to avoid this ad? Why? You have so little faith in these?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Nas has hit the nail on the head though. I think it's the best thing I've heard. Apart from Lord Beerus, he did a good tweet yesterday, which was a very good tweet. About if someone unfollows you, it's fine. It doesn't mean you're bad. You're still good at what you do. Like, that was a very cool tweet. I like that.
Yeah.
But what Naj just said was just brilliant. You're immersed in a game, right? That is your experience. It should just be you in the game. Why are you bringing in an advert to take that experience away from you? I think that's just saying that is just bang out of order.
Yeah.
I think people play games to be immersed in something, to get away from the outside world. If you will, they want to be immersed in the game. You don't want to see an ad in a game. You don't want to play a game that you're heavily invested in and then you see an ad. It takes, you know what I mean? It just takes something away. So I think it's wrong.
Yeah.
They shouldn't do that.
Right
They
on.
will.
For certain games,
They shouldn't.
Honestly, like for certain games, it won't make that much of a difference because everybody plays games for different reasons. Like
Right on.
you're playing NHL 25 or whatever. You're so everything's. I mean, look at the ice service. If you ever watch an NHL game, it's riddled with ads. All the boards have ads on them, so it's more organic to see it there. Yeah, because it's based on our world, right? Like, I mean, you're playing a game in a city that the game is fictional, obviously, but the city that the team is based in exists, so it makes sense, right? Just like if you were watching a hockey game, you'd see commercials in between. That's fine. That's more fine. But like, think about your favorite game. Think of like a very story-driven immersive experience. Say Hellblade 2, for example. Where the hell would you see an ad in there that would be appropriate?
Nowhere.
Where the hell would you find, like, all of a sudden you're playing this game and you see a box of Kraft dinner? That's going to take you out of it a little bit. You're going to see that and be like, that's weird. That shouldn't be there.
Oh my
The only
goodness.
way I can see it working is if it's an Easter egg, and it's just in there because the devs were having fun.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no. Right.
Imagine that you're in Valhalla immersed in it, and then all of a sudden you see an ad on something like completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon
Depot
Prime
or
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. And the ad would be for Vikings the series, you know, the TV show.
yeah.
But even still, it does not work.
Oh, just saying that, it just takes it away, doesn't it?
Yes.
Just saying
It's-
it, you're like,
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's funny. It's really funny to think about. And if they ever decide to do that, I'm just going to make videos pointing out how ridiculous it is and laughing about it. So go ahead and do it. I'll find a way to have fun with it.
Right on. It might make careers out of out of other
man.
channels. And shoot, man, I plan on doing it too. Because I mean, we keep up with this stuff, and that is really interesting. And to keep an eye on these people to try to keep them in check, even if it's just us, I'm fine with that. We'll keep pointing out the craziness and the
Ridiculousness.
grossness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Let's finish this out with I want to say, I don't know who this was, but they'll probably get to it. But no one seems to know for certain. Piscatella referred to Xbox strategy here as pushing all the chips in, and Gigi Ashvili used a similar analogy, saying it was Microsoft's biggest gamble on Game Pass so far. If successful, Game Pass will see a wave of new subscribers and plenty of lower tier subscribers upgrading. But he adds, if Call of Duty doesn't move the needle in boosting subscriptions, then nothing else will. I would have to say yes, because that is probably the most recognizable franchise that they have under their umbrella right now. And also that probably makes the most money. But yeah, just a couple things. Like as far as Xbox, there aren't really that many more exclusives that's drawing people to Xbox and or to the Xbox or Game Pass or to the Xbox ecosystem. And two, like you said, if we don't see the needle move with Call of Duty being on Xbox and day one on Game Pass, I don't think it's over, but holy crap, you should probably get in your affairs in order at that point, you know. So yeah.
Well,
Massive gamble.
if it doesn't
Yeah.
work out, you'll probably see another price increase.
Oof. Yes. Yeah.
You'll see some other way that's scummy of making money while not actually doing anything for the customers.
Yes. They did say that. It was versus volume or value or whatever. Their volume is like flatlining. So what? Not value, but what did they say? It was like a lever.
Oh, yield or something?
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's either you get more
Volume or the yield.
subscribers or you have to increase the
Yeah.
prices. Right. So
Yeah.
if they don't see a bump in subscribers, then they're gonna have to increase the price on people who are already there. So
Mm.
yeah. So I mean,
Is this, do you think it,
Mm.
oh, sorry, Fox. Sorry, sorry.
no. Go for it.
I was going to say, do you think this tactic, because obviously they're all chips in with Call of Duty at the minute, is it to recoup the money that they bought Call of Duty
It
for?
would
from
have
Activision?
to be. It would have to be.
That's what this screams to me. It's like, right,
Yeah.
they probably saw it as, right, we bought Call of Duty for this amount of money. We can probably recoup that money back, probably not all of it, most of it back through this route.
Yeah.
But then they're forgetting Call of Duty is still on the PlayStation. People will still buy Call of Duty on the PlayStation.
Yes. Yeah. And
Ultimately,
I've been
right?
going back and forth with this. Like, if they were, I mean, they said they wouldn't take it off of Sony, right? But
I
if
think they will at some point.
but then they're
Not
losing
now.
off on that revenue that they'll make with Sony. So that's where I went back and forth with that.
Wait, yeah. So if users buy Call of Duty on the PlayStation,
Mhm.
will some of that
Mhm.
revenue go to Microsoft?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, they own Activision.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
So I
Okay.
go
Probably
back
not
and
as
forth
much.
with that.
but
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
something like bit of change.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
Oh,
money that you wouldn't otherwise make.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
This plan
So-
is sounding like it might work.
Right on. Yeah.
It's not a
man.
good thing though.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. Freaking here. Let us hit chat up and see what we got here. Oh, Scotty. Scotty's in the chat.
Yeah. I was laughing at what Lord Beerus said. I think it was the plug it in advert. So.
Right on. Well, let's go ahead and get in chat, dude. You guys did freaking phenomenal. I appreciate it. Let me check something. Because we were expecting Gigi, but she was going to be on the road like all day today, something like that. Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah,
that's a lot of driving.
It is a lot of driving, but you know, I wanted to make sure if she showed up, we'd get her on. But looks like she didn't make it. But no problem. Gigi, as long as you're safe. Yep.
Gigi, we miss you.
Yeah.
Hope to see you soon.
See you soon. Right on. All right, let's get into it. Donuts. Did someone say donuts? I'm a gluttonous pig for donuts. My opinion is Walmart's The Bakery at Walmart makes the best donut. It's a yeast raised donut with glaze on top and filled with fluff.
Fluff? Like marshmallow fluff?
Now, I am of the opinion that Krispy Kreme makes the best donut.
Oh boy.
I know.
Oh no. Oh
I
no.
I did.
No.
I said that. Sorry.
I don't want to argue with you, Fox.
No, you're good. Argue. That's what this is all about. Well, not arguing, but you know, difference of opinion, right? Yeah.
Yeah, one being right and one being wrong. That's fine.
Right on. This next one. Oh gosh, I was about to say Lord Beerus, but salutations to the 3 extra wise men on panel. That's hilarious. Thank you.
Who? Oh, that's us. Did I make that joke before? I think I made that joke last time.
Yeah. But it's you know, it's kind of like Pringles, dude. It's all good. You can keep making them. I think it's hilarious.
Oh.
Lord Beerus, did you Fantastic Gentlemen see the new Beetlejuice trailer? I did.
Yes, I was gonna mention it, but I think we needed to move on.
Oh,
I saw that, and my wife was more of a fan of that movie than I was. I like Michael Keaton, but I don't think I'm interested in that movie because it's a remake, and I don't know if it's a faithful remake or not remake. It's a sequel.
You're right.
But I don't trust it yet.
Right on. Right.
But I mean,
yeah,
I've got some trust issues as far as like media goes.
They aren't unwarranted though. You know, it's not unwarranted though. I feel where you're coming from. Shoot, man. Me personally, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see it. I have mixed feelings about it. I love seeing Michael Keaton take up his old role, but then it's like you can tell he's older, and it's like, okay, Ghost's age. How does that work? You know,
you can, but the thing is, I mean, he already his makeup from the original movie. Seeing him now, it doesn't look like it's that bad.
Oh man, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too far into it, but I was like, oh my gosh, you could tell Michael Key's gotten a little bit older. But like any aging would be, to me they should have got like a really good de-ager going. I don't know how to fix that because the prosthetics, the makeup, it didn't de-age him enough for me because I could see him that he's older, and I was like, man, Ghost getting older, that is a concept for you right there. But it was great seeing Winona Ryder back in it. I think that the new girl, Winona's daughter in the movie, I can't remember what her name is, but she is fantastic.
What's her name?
Yeah, I know.
I should know her name because she's in like so much stuff now, and I don't watch any of it. But like I see her around, I'm like, oh, who's this? Because she kind of reminds me of Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, yes, kind of. Yeah. She was in Wednesday, and Wednesday was fantastic. I thought. You look around.
Jenna Ortega.
That's right. I think she's great. I think she's going to do good in this too. But other than that, I'm gonna have to wait for another trailer. I think. Scotty, what say you?
I've not seen Beetlejuice.
Oh, right on.
Like any of them. So I'm just like.
There was even a cartoon back in the day that was based off of Beetlejuice, which was
watch the cartoon.
Oh, it was so good.
Cartoon was great.
Yeah,
because it was on right after My Pet Monster.
Why does that sound familiar?
Which I don't think anybody, like maybe Lord Beerus would know it, but I don't think most people would know that show. It was kind of crappy, but it had this really. it was. I hated
it. Works.
I didn't like any of the characters except for Beaster, who's basically
Mhm.
just this kind of like Tasmanian devil looking dude, but he's all face with like a tiny little body. Just you gotta look it up, but he's just an interesting looking character, and the voice behind him was just hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's not ringing any bells. I'm looking at the pictures right now, and I know
Yeah.
it's not ringing any bells for me.
It was kind of crappy.
My pet monster. Right on. All right. Let's here. I got out of the window. What? Okay, but here we are. Here we are again. We got it. Lord Beerus, Nos best you like a maverick. Nos best you like a maverick Reploid Fox. What
Not
is going
bested
on?
you like a. Oh, okay. I bested you at something. That's what he's saying. Because so in Mega Man X or
Oh.
Mega Man period, like the bad
Oh.
guys are all Mavericks.
Yeah.
So, oh, I should mention
I love these.
Lord Beerus.
Oh, yeah.
I did all of the games. I did all the bosses for X2. So that's coming soon.
Right on. You didn't do it on stream. It was probably something you.
Oh God, there's no way I could have done it on stream. The amount of times I had to restart, taking no damage. Oh, it's impossible to do it on stream in a reasonable amount of time. Put it that way.
So, okay. I was thinking about this. Am I losing my mind, right? So games used to be, if you died so many times, you had to start all the way from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Those days are gone. Now it's
Sorry, but
just
thank God.
Last checkpoint. Yeah, like GTA was
now,
the worst
like,
for that.
the cool thing is now, if you have trouble with a boss,
Mhm.
you can just record what you're like, record your gameplay,
Mhm.
and then watch it back and be like, oh, okay, this is the pattern. This is what
Right
he's
on,
doing.
yeah.
I have to be here when this happens. Blah 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 blah
That's
blah.
true.
So,
So-
That's true.
I've never done
That's
it, but
true.
no, heck yeah. It's like going back and watching game film. This is what you did bad.
Yeah,
This is
pretty
what
much.
you did good. Right on.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
you didn't cover your man, and he made it to the outside and caught a pass. Like
Yeah.
you're reviewing tape. It's kind of like that, although less physically strenuous. Just,
Right. Yeah. I mean, in some instances, like mental exhaustion is so much worse than physical, you know?
yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
Mm.
I totally get what
The
you're
mind drives the body.
That's right.
Mhm.
The body cannot live without the mind. Sorry. Morpheus. Sorry.
I mean, you can always be a head in a
Yeah.
jar, right?
yeah, like a
Futurama did
future.
it.
Thank you. Ronald Reagan. I am not a crook.
Well,
Lord-
that wasn't Ronald Reagan. That was Nixon, right?
oh my God. Yes. Thank you. This should say something about the American school system. You know my history better than I do. But no, I just misspoke. That was all. I had Ronald Reagan on the mind. But yes, Nixon. He was the I am not a crook and the two
Oh, man,
signs.
I gotta watch Futurama all over again.
Yeah, they're coming out with new they have a new season. I think it's out, right? I want to say it's on Hulu.
Futurama?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Whoa!
And it
I
looks-
thought
it
they
looks
finished
funny.
that show.
They
They
did
did.
for a while. And then they're coming back with new
Wow.
seasons. Yep.
All
It's-
I
right.
think-
this show will never die.
No, I think they have almost
That's
all the
crazy.
original voice cast too.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But you keep going. I'll read about like upcoming seasons and see
Okay.
what I can find out.
Right on.
Jokes.
Wait, hold on. No, I already did. Season premiere, season 12,
Yeah.
July 29th.
Oh,
so in 9
shoot.
days.
Dude. Right on. I love that real-time update right there. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it's exclusive to Hulu, isn't it?
oh, I don't know.
I thought it'd be Disney. I would have thought.
Whatever.
That's-
There will be ways to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you want to go the Captain Jack method. Use a VPN, everybody.
Here, hold on. God dang it. Let's see. Exclusive. If I can type it. Good night. Come
After
on,
Bender
buddy.
sells an NFT representing the concept of Bender, he feels lost and returns to his ancestral village in Mexico to rediscover himself.
Yeah. So it's 10 episode season debuts on Hulu on July 29th. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a Hulu exclusive. Sucks. Because we just got rid of Hulu
Oh,
I know. What a time. What a time. Goodness gracious. Lord Beerus not saved Fox from going down a dark foxhole. Yes, he did. Taking kids to R-rated movies. Good Lord. Lord Beerus, for those new here, Fox is a great dad, and he wouldn't do anything like taking his baby foxes to a rated R movie. He's a very responsible. It's just a tad too early for him. This is true. My brain is it's gotten going now. Gears are getting the rust off a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, silly. Lord Beerus, the game that Fox is describing sounds like it was made by the janky promoters.
I'm trying to think, what was that in response to?
Janky, as a matter of fact. Because
Janky promoters.
Beerus with his deep cuts, man, they get you every time.
Janky Promoters is a 2009 American comedy film starring Ice Cube and Mike Epps. What? Who play as janky promoters who book rapper Jeezy to play at their concert, only to fail at doing it the right way and thus getting into more trouble than they bargained for.
The deep cuts, man. Every time.
Ice Cube and Mike Epps. Wait, they were in. Oh, this was 2009 because they were in Next Friday together, right?
They were in Next Friday. They had a. It was kind of like a heist movie with what's her name? Can't. Here, as a matter of fact, let me just go to the cast.
The movie did not do well, apparently. It got like 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. 5.1 on IMDb. Friday is one of my favorite movies, man. I love that. Wait, weren't they also in were they in Barbershop together?
It was in All About the Benjamins. All About the Benjamins. They were in there in that movie together too.
Oh, I've not seen that.
It's hilarious. It's really good.
No, he wasn't in Barbershop. Oh, I thought he was. No.
Mike Epps. Let's see. But you know what? It's worth seeing Mike Epps in movies. So Friday After Next Friday, yeah, they did do those two together. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, because Chris Tucker didn't want to do them anymore. I think he said he didn't want to be associated with, drugs and stuff like that. So.
Right on. And good on him.
All right.
Good on him. Because, I mean, that's a big part of his career now. Unfortunate. For better or for worse.
Oh, man. I forgot Mike Epps was in I don't think anybody's going to remember this movie, but it was a movie called How High.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with Redman and...
Redman and Method Man, yeah.
Yeah.
You
want to get high, man?
He was that pimp. Yeah, he was Baby Powder.
That's right, because he slapped the Asian guy.
He put Baby Powder on his hand, and then he'd slap somebody.
Yes.
At the end of the movie, he slaps himself. Jeez. I watched that movie way too many times when I was in school.
It was super good though. Talk about kids watching R-rated movies. I thought it was great. It didn't have the plot got lost in the 30 minutes of the movie. But just the stuff they were going through, it was hilarious. I thought it was so much fun and funny, dude. Yeah.
I loved the movie. I liked the premise. I thought it was interesting, but I wouldn't. And I love this movie, but I wouldn't say it's a good movie.
Guilty pleasure. We'll
stretch
put
your
it
brain
in there.
off.
Oh yeah.
Have some substances and watch the movie, or let the movie watch you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, even the them smoking their friend and him coming back telling them the answers, he didn't come back I think he came back halfway through the movie, but that was supposed to be the premise, them doing well in school. And then they got into their pranks and shenanigans and the smoking the they got into all other kinds of stuff before they got back to it. It's but it was funny.
He shows up a few times. Right, he shows up first, and I think he shows up in his car right before he's about to take that exam, and then something happens, and they don't have access to him anymore. So they they try and find a substitute, and it's just
I totally forgot about
weird and funny, and you gotta experience it.
Oh my goodness. Lord Beerus, fingers in the ears, la 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 la. Nos is on fire today. Oh yeah, it's Scotty and Nos have been just ablaze, dude. It's crazy. Lord Beers,
Yeah.
Scotty is breaking things down like a medical examiner today. CSI, aka Crime Scotty Investigation. Boom. Beers, we gotta have you on here at least once, dude. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Beers, Nas is the panel version of Robin Williams today. Yeah, no kidding. You've done some funny stuff, or said some funny stuff today, dude. You've been a comedian today. Lord Beers, of course, I have to acknowledge my beautiful Italian angel wife, Gigi. She's being the most beautiful little bombshell somewhere. Hopefully, she will bless us once more with her benevolent prowess soon. It's hilarious. She's gonna love that, because she did mention she's gonna watch it after the fact. So yeah, she's gonna see that.
Somewhere she's blushing.
Blush
somewhere,
meter.
sometime she's blushing.
Oh my goodness. Lord Beers, Fox and Scotty, have you guys seen Nas' new video where he's doing Mega X and X2? Buster only no damage. I have not seen. I saw what you posted on Twitter. He's quite impressive, to be honest. That is high praise. Holy crap, dude.
I know. I don't know what I've done to earn such praise, but
No
well,
damage.
Actually,
Come on.
yeah, it's a lot of restarts.
Oh,
I don't know how many times
Still,
it's
though.
taken me to.
still though.
Still.
Come on,
Perfect.
I don't know why the hell I'm doing it. It started out with you know what? There's different ways to beat these bosses,
Mhm.
and I thought, well, I'm going to try the harder. Sometimes laying on their horn outside of my window. I'm going to try the harder way just to experience it. And I thought, oh, this is interesting, and I wonder if I could do this without it taking any damage. And then I tried, and then that started, and I thought, you know what? I should make a video out of this. And then I made the one for the first game, and then Lord Beers in the comments was like, "You going to do this for X2 and X3?" And I was like, "Oh God, I know how much harder those games are."
Gotta set yourself up for that one. Yeah.
It's just persistence. I swear to God, it's not talent. It's just persistence.
Either way.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
Yeah. I think it's still very impressive. No damage. That's crazy. I can't say that about any game I played. I don't think. Not a one. Goodness gracious. So yeah, that's impressive.
You just have to try it 1,000 times, and eventually one of those.
I'm not as
One of
tough
those
as you, Nas. Not as tough. It's like, oh no, definitely not. It's like, oh, we barely got through that. All right, next to the next thing. Not, I can do better this time. It's okay. I've never taken no damage, but I have had that. I bet I can do better on that last one. But still, I've taken damage every time.
It comes down to pattern recognition.
Gotcha.
Eventually, like you see I'm like, okay, I need to be here when he does this particular attack, and then trying to keep that all in your head and not getting frustrated at the same time. I don't recommend it if you're the type of person that's broken a lot of controllers before. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
They're expensive nowadays.
Oh yeah, I know.
All right, on to the next one. Sorry. Lord Beers, a booty controller? Oh Lord, no kidding. No kidding.
I wonder how it would be received though if it was based off a female character. I wonder if it would hit the same way.
For me, yes, it would hit. Like, I maybe would have to get it at that point.
I just wonder how it would be received. If it would be received in the same way.
People would
Something
hate it.
tells me no.
No, you're exactly right about that. Yeah, no. I'm like, I'm getting that day one. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Have a beautiful, lovely wife. Also, I put on our communities page on YouTube. Are you guys familiar with Sela Sue at all?
No, I don't think so.
Right on.
What is it?
She is a songstress who she has 3 albums out. Her first album had like a real reggae vibe to it. Absolutely love it. It fits her voice so well. And then the second album, she experimented a little bit. This third one, I felt like she continued the experiment, but just too many different genres in one album. It felt a little like it had no direction, right? But I have to say, like, if you look her up, my wife looks like her. That's probably why she appeals to me so much, but that's what my wife looks like. But do you remember Jennifer Grey in Dirty Dancing type time frame? My wife goes between both of those looks. She looks like Sela Sue, and then she looks like, Jennifer Grey in like the 80s. It's freaking nuts. I'm a lucky man.
Sounds like it.
I guess, all that to say, these are just jokes, people. I'm not gonna buy a controller with the woman's, rear end on it.
Well, why not? Isn't turnabout fair play and all that? Shouldn't there be some gender equality here? Like, come on.
Oh yeah, that's what wife's for, right?
It's not fair to only objectify men.
Oh yeah, they've gone out of their minds with the Deadpool stuff, because Ryan Reynolds he's got the appeal, the sex appeal.
Yeah.
And I bet a lot of women were like, in the trailers where he's getting his ass smacked like 3 times, I bet a lot of women were like, oh
Have
yeah.
you guys read
Ryan
any of
Reynolds.
Have you guys read any of the Deadpool comics at all? Like, I don't know how much of it is his character to just talking about his ass and stuff like that.
I've watched a lot of his cartoon movie, not a lot, but his cartoon movies I thought were really great. Like Wolverine, and that game that came out, I can't remember. I want to say it was on the PS3. It didn't look good at all, but it was a lot of fun. But the Wolverine versus Hulk movie, Deadpool was in that, and he was freaking great. It was fantastic. It's so good. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, as far as comic books, no. I don't think I've read a single Deadpool comic book. Sorry.
All right.
I'm going the long
That's
way
okay.
around all these answers today. I don't know why. Good night. Lord Beerus, Fox is burying himself like an old WWF graveyard match. Right.
Oh man.
And the Undertaker, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's when those started. I don't really remember.
Right.
But, yeah, like the coffin match is like the only way that you can get a tag out is if you had somebody in a coffin, I think.
That's great. Oh my gosh. Lord Beerus, hope that booty controller doesn't vibrate. Like, we really need a twerking controller.
Oh god. Oh no.
That is freaking hilarious. Oh my
Vibrate
gosh.
right out of your hands.
Yeah. Twerking controller. And like, let's say they use like a silicone type deal for the butt cheeks. Oh good lord. That's bad. That's so bad. Lord Beerus, that's definitely a GG game. It's just like the Resident Evil remakes that she loves playing. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think they would be a little more fast paced though, right?
I don't know. We'll have to get Gigi to play it and find out.
100%. Yeah. And GG, if you're watching, stream it if you can, because I will show up for every single one of those. That it looks really interesting. It's a game I'm interested in watching, just not playing. Lord Beerus, more impactful back in the day, especially if they got Pat Morita to voice Mr. Miyagi. Whoa. Right on. Okay.
Yeah. Although that movie came out in 84.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really think you had many. I mean, that would have been what Nintendo wouldn't have come out for another. I don't think you would have been able to have voices at that point, though.
Right on. Like even with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games back in the day, the co-op ones, I don't think they had any voice. They had sound effects and stuff like that, but I don't think they had any voices or dialogue, I guess. Lord Beerus, they made 3 with Daniel, then 1 with the girl, then the remake with Jackie Chan, and now the Cobra Kai in its last season. Right on. See, oh my god, just a great resource. Lord Beerus, Back to the Future, no remakes. I believe Zemeckis and Gale said absolutely no remakes while they're alive. Wouldn't surprise me that Universal remakes it the first chance they get and ruin it.
Yeah,
that's how it
probably
goes. Oh yeah, Gertz, till it hurts. Oh gosh. Lord Beerus, not sniper shot.
Don't know. What are we talking about? I can't remember.
I think it was Xbox, time of Xbox. Something about a tier, adding a tier or something.
I don't remember.
I'll have to go back and rewatch, and then I'll have the context again.
Right on. Oh yeah. Lord Beerus, inflation in gaming is like Choppa's stomach. Always bloated, inflated, and it's never getting smaller anytime soon.
Nope.
Or Champa, sorry. Oh, that's a One Piece reference, isn't it? Okay, let me know Lord Beers. Lord Beers, roll on the floor, laughing my buns off. Scotty, plug it in, yeah. Oh yeah, right on. Scotty.
Oh, that's me laughing.
Beerus, you guys are hysterical today. It's like a casual version of Def Video Game Comedy Jam. King Thrash. This is a new name for me. Freaking good show. Thank you.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you, man.
And Star Traffic. That's also a new one for me. Warner Bros. And Discovery are splitting up again. Microsoft fans will be rooting for them to buy WB. These big corporate mergers usually fail 90% of the time. 100%. But with Xbox, I don't know how much support they're getting nowadays, but they do have Microsoft, the multi-trillion-dollar company, backing them up, you know. So that's the way I looked at it before. Was like they don't have the exclusive now, but they've got time and money to where they can get it right. That was my hope for Microsoft, or for Xbox, since they had, you know, Microsoft with their big bank account backing them up. But now I'm like, you remember in Constantine with Keanu Reeves in it?
I know of the movie.
Yeah. So at the end of it, Gabriel was in a plot with Satan's son to bring him to the earth to basically make humans earn the love of God or whatever. And so Satan comes down. He doesn't know about this plot. And then, you know, Keanu tells him, he goes in the room, and Gabriel's like, I'll smite you right now. I'll kill you where you stand, you know. And apparently God didn't have her back anymore. And so Satan like just burnt her wings off and made her basically human or whatever. That's what that feels like to me. Like it feels like Microsoft has kind of taken their hands off of Xbox again with the long-winded freaking explanations for this. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah. What do you guys think about this one?
I didn't know it was happening. I'll be rooting for them to buy. I think Microsoft got other things to worry about.
100%, yeah.
I think before purchasing other things.
Well, as an Xbox fan, Scotty, would you be excited if Xbox bought WB?
I think they should focus on the Game Pass first before more than anything.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What about you, Nas?
I have no idea. I don't know. Anytime you think, oh, these companies would go well together, it's hard to actually see it from the financials and the organizational structures, how they would actually fit, because that's a lot of what comes into play.
Yeah.
Not just what I think in my dream head, in my dream scenario, like, ooh, I think these companies would fit together. It's never that simple.
Right. Yeah.
But there's also Apple too. People seem to keep forgetting that Apple exists, and Apple's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
another $1 trillion company.
Yeah, they may be, or maybe somebody that's not even North American based as well.
Right on.
So,
okay,
we'll see.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see. Because I mean, I think whoa. Before I say this, correct me if I'm wrong. I think doesn't WB own the rights to DC, or am I totally wrong on that?
Yeah. It's Warner Bros. DC. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but if that's the case, whoops, there we go. If that's the case, I don't want to see Warner Bros. Discovery owns DC Comics. I don't want to see DC Comics go away. I want to see them back to their former glory, for one. Two, I want to keep seeing those animated movies from them because they're freaking great. And I would love if Young Justice came back. That was a great series. Such a great series. Right on. And so let's see. Star Traffic again. Warner Bros. Movies are too cinematic and unrealistic, and the action scenes are too fast-paced like video games. And that was my biggest qualm with Man of Steel. You couldn't see the action whenever it started, so I thought maybe they should have started in a desert area where you can do a lot of slow motion, and just to kind of contrast it with like how slow people are. knock them into a populated area and have them zipping around, and then go back to another deserted area so you can continue seeing the action, right? But yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, all those movies you're kind of seeing it from a human's point of view, where Superman is just that fast, right? It'd be kind of interesting to see it from an alternate point of view, where you have Superman and, let's say, Zod fighting at a normal speed, and everything around them is just super slow.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
It just shows that relatively.
Oh my God.
That'd be kind of neat.
Oh no.
I'd watch that.
Goodness gracious, that's amazing. We're almost at the what marker? But it's almost 12 here, so I can only imagine it's what?
Yeah, it's almost 2 here.
Yep. What time is it there, Scotty?
7 p.m.
Okay, yeah. Well, this is the last one. We have a new one also here. Guy Patterson, how do I get the Game Pass code? I have no idea what you're referring to, sir.
Buy it. You can buy it.
You gotta buy it, yeah. Or don't.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Not in their current state. That's Game Pass, right? I don't know, man. You call it sell the high seas. But I don't recommend doing that. I remember the time of Bear Share, where you try to get the make a CD from your favorite artist, and you just download so many viruses. That was a big thing back in the day. It's like when I was still living at home, AirShare was just in LimeWire and all those, and I ruined the family computer with that. Just absolutely ruined it. Oh gosh, I remember those times. So good. But that is the last comment. Seriously, thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been awesome, and you guys were the best of both worlds. You guys were funny as heck today, and just on point with the analysis, man. I couldn't wish for anything more. Maybe the full panel, the full gamut, but you guys did great. Goodness gracious.
Oh, it's always fun. It's always fun.
Yeah, good. Always good.
Oh, heck yeah. And I can't wait to clip some of this stuff and make them into shorter videos. We got a lot of good stuff today, man. Seriously. But any final thoughts from you guys?
Oh, I really should prepare for this a little bit more.
No, I think you did fantastic
during and stuff. Just keep playing the games that you find fun. If your gut is telling you that you're being screwed, listen to your gut.
100%.
And make the decisions accordingly. Make the decisions that are the best for you.
Yep.
If you don't like price increases, you don't have to continue with it. It's easier for you to just exit now. If you continue with an ecosystem where the price just keeps going up and up and up and up, it's going to be harder to pull yourself out of that. If you decide now, it'll be easier for you. And there are other services than Game Pass.
Yes.
Just make the decision that's best for you.
Yep. Right on. Scotty.
I'm just going to agree with everything Nas said. That's like, I want to keep that fresh in the memory because that works. That works.
100%. Yes. Any comments on where you think Xbox is going?
Well, I think the whole Call of Duty thing is a massive gamble.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Obviously, they've got this Fire Stick partnership now, where it's no console. So they're going to be putting more games on their on Game Pass on the Amazon combination thing. It seems like going forward, console less is going to be the approach.
Yeah.
But we can only assume at this point.
Yeah.
But that's the direction I think they're heading.
Right on.
Game Pass is the goose, the golden goose. Is that the same? The golden goose.
Yep.
Yeah. Game Pass is the golden goose.
Right on.
Yeah. Only thing is, though, they think it's a golden goose, but all it's laying is like crushed aluminum cans at this point. Not making them the money that they wanted it to. They're not getting as many subs as they want. So I think with this whole situation, we're not finished seeing how this sequence is playing out. With this whole FTC thing getting involved, I think there's more. I mean, unfortunately, there's going to be more that happens as a result of it. So it's hard to say at this point.
Yeah.
One way or the other how things are going to go, because that may also influence whatever direction they were going to take.
Yeah.
It may push back any plans that they had, because they don't want any more negative attention. They may just stand pat where they are right now and just hope that some of this blows over. But I don't know if they have the luxury of being able to wait. So it could be interesting.
Yeah. Right on. Friggin', I'd like to thank you guys again. You guys were in top form. Much appreciated. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And missing all our other panel members, Ken, GG, you guys, and Jay Boog too, but he's out there, you know, doing grown man stuff. But he's trying to find time to do both. But he can only divert so much time, you know.
Are you saying that we're not doing grown man stuff? Is that what you're saying? By virtue of us being here?
This is for funsies. Is that what
you're saying? Oh, okay.
We do get serious, but I this is more fun than it is work to me, you know. For sure.
Yeah.
Work is work.
I agree.
Yeah. Right on.
I agree with that.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, and I'll see you guys on the back end there.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
See ya.
Right on. Everyone in top form today. Much appreciated. Thank you to the panel. They were freaking fantastic. You can find all of their Twitches, their YouTubes, and their Twitters in the description. Definitely go down there and check them out. A lot of good content. You don't want to miss out. While you're down there, you can follow us on Twitter also. We have an Instagram if you want to take a look at that. I don't post that much to it, but it's there if you want it. Lastly, sorry, my son's going nuts in the background. But lastly, trying to get my thoughts together. Thank you, who tuned in. Oh my God. Thank you guys for showing up, because without you, there's no reason to get up and do this. You are the reason for the season, and we really, really appreciate it. Other than that, tune in next week, same time, on Saturday, 9 o'clock. Until then, keep it casual. Peace.